Yo, 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 it's your boy Dame Dozha. Here with my brother DJ Deceptacon.
What's happening?
It's the Word on Net podcast. And we are back. We're going to have a special type of pod today, man. We're going to slow it down a little bit, man. Get away from the music, man, for a minute. That's cool, Sep?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely, man. We need some
I
diversity.
like the way that sounds.
Yeah, man. We're going to get away from the music,
it's about
man.
to turn down.
So we're going to talk about...
Black men at the table. That's right.
sir.
That's what we're doing.
We're going to have
you
a
made space for me.
conversation
Thank you.
amongst black men. But before we have a black man conversation, I would like to have a current conversation with you guys. But I would like to learn more about our guest today. Really what I know so far is that his name is Johnny and he know about having some money. So welcome, Johnny, your accountant to the podcast, man. It's Word on That podcast.
That boy's a beast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So everybody loves to talk about money. And we were just talking about content as opposed to, you starting some of your own content.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to the podcast, man. This is the Word on the Net podcast where we kind of talk about what's going on in current events, but we also like to focus on, the intellectual content of our guests.
Hey, let's do it. That was an excellent intro. Nobody ever introduced me like that before.
Johnny,
I know his name is Johnny, and I know he know about money. That's everybody else introduced me like that.
From now on, you heard him. We ain't playing around here. You feel?
Right.
Yeah, man. So let us know, man, where you from, Johnny, and and then we're gonna get into this conversation. To try to help these folks.
Appreciate it. My name is Johnny Wolfe, and I am your accountant. I appreciate y'all letting me on. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. Naptown, what up? East Side. People get it confused with Naptown, No, they don't. They think Naptown's a joke.
Oh, no.
But
Naptown real.
What they get confused, though, is whenever you say Indy, do y'all think Indianapolis or do y'all think Indiana?
I think Indianapolis.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What about you?
I think Indiana.
Most people think Indiana when they think Indy,
Yeah.
but nah, that ain't right.
I think Indianapolis 500.
Indy 500.
That's what pops to mind when anybody says Indy. So
Yeah.
that's
I
why
think
was
Larry
just
Bird,
tripping in.
Indiana.
He went to Indiana State. He didn't even go to IU.
But
I ain't hating on Indiana State. Indiana State.
I don't know if I knew that, but that's what I just think about. Though.
Nah, that's a good. Hey, at least you associate something with Indiana.
And
Because
then
a lot of
Reggie
people.
Miller. Then after that, when I think Indy, like
You think Reggie Miller?
I think
You
Reggie
think
Miller
like
and Larry
Peyton
Bird.
Manning?
Yeah,
Or you think him more
But-
Broncos?
yeah, it got skewed a little bit, but Indianapolis coach said they could Johnny Unitas, even though he might have been the Baltimore coach.
Yeah, I think he
But-
was the last one that moved over.
Like I say, I don't
We
know.
got a little something going on in Indianapolis though. I just want to say there are niggas there. Can I say that on your pod?
Yeah.
There are niggas in Indiana, and people laugh at me when I say I'm from there, but nah, it's real.
Because I'm gonna say
Deceptacon, no.
I got to keep
For
them
real.
niggas away from me.
It's about half. It seems like it's almost half and half.
No, it's
No?
definitely white, but
It's more, okay, so it's
inner
more.
city,
It was a
and
lot.
then it's a lot of mixed kids.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's
There's
a lot
of
of mixed kids.
and them
So
white
when you
girls will holler. I ain't gonna cap to
When
you.
you
They
talk
will holler.
about Atlanta women versus Indiana women, or the Midwest cities that got all the mixed girls with curly hair and they thick up there, it's a debate, okay? It's a debate. We don't got no BBLs.
Johnny.
We don't got no BBLs, but it is a debate.
Nah.
I will put up the baddest Midwest girl against the baddest in Atlanta.
See, that's the problem. You're a numbers guy, so I'm gonna talk to you in numbers.
Talk to me.
Okay, so if you're gonna do 1 and 1, yeah, I feel like you could pick one out. I have that argument all the time when people say that Meg Thee Stallion is the finest thing in the world, and I just be like, okay, Meg is Atlanta average.
Here we go.
To me. Her talent is great, but she's Atlanta average as far as looks.
You saying?
She's Atlanta average.
Here we go.
What I mean by Atlanta average is around an 8, an 8.5, 8.
Nah,
Who's a
that-
10?
around
Who's a
that.
10 real quick?
A 10 in my book. 10 in my book. Ooh.
Just so I know where we.
Okay, let's. I'm gonna use classic examples because I'm, R.I.P. the Godfather Kevin Samuels. I'm gonna use his example. So Beyonce in Kevin Samuels'
Godfather?
eyes, that's what they call him. They call him the Godfather. That was his little nickname. So
that's not your hero.
No, it's not my hero. Not my hero. Definitely not my hero.
Okay.
No.
All right, just checking.
No, I'm too nice to girls apparently. So
Okay.
I couldn't fit the mold. But anyway, so he says Beyonce's a 9. No, he says Beyonce's a 9 and Kelly Rowland's a 10. In his opinion, I'm a little bit on the flip of that. I like Beyonce a little more. She's a little thicker. So I like my girls a little bit more thick. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about the overall average of women across the board, all nationalities, which prefer thinner women.
Okay.
Okay. So you go to Thailand, they gonna like a thin girl. You know what I'm saying? You go to Australia, they're not gonna like thick girls like that. For instance, the white guys might not like them as much. You feel me? So we're gonna do average of all human beings.
Okay, I see where you headed.
So you could get one and one from each city. That's Miss America pageant. All the Miss America girls look fine as heck to me. Right? Yeah. They all look like 9s and 10s to me, right? So you can find one in every city.
I love his argument.
You can't find 200. You ain't gonna find 200 baddies in Indianapolis like that. Maybe, well, I ain't gonna say 200. That's a little low. That's a slap to Indianapolis. They have 1 million people. Do they have 1 million people in Indianapolis?
I don't think we got 1 million niggas. No,
y'all got 1 million.
I don't know
people though. Y'all got 1 million people.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
okay, I ain't discriminating. There could be some fine white girls in Indianapolis that I saw. So I'm just like, but you can't pick out of the 1 million. You can't pick 100,000.
Shout out to the Godfather,
9s and 10s,
Dr.
boy.
Umar. I don't be looking at the white girl.
Shout out Dr. Umar. Shout out to
I don't look at the white girl.
Man, Dr. Umar.
But let me say this.
Man.
Can
I don't know, man.
Can I get a counter argument on that?
Where my school at, Umar?
Can I get a counter argument? He ain't put up his school yet. You donated. He didn't put up no school.
I didn't donate shit. I have Johnny as an accountant. I didn't put up another thing. I didn't. Hey, look, I didn't invest in the Tulsa real estate fund either. I'm a smart man. I don't play that.
The Indianapolis population is 880.
Ooh, not quite.
Yeah, I don't know if we got no millions.
So now you're going by concentration of fineness.
But my only argument with you is if we're talking about Atlanta.
Yeah.
Most of the baddies ain't from Atlanta. They was not born here.
Oh, okay. We going that way. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Can I say that?
I can't. Okay. I can't argue or debate it.
So we just saying who's in Atlanta right now?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay, whoever's in Atlanta right now.
Okay. The citizens of Atlanta.
Bro, we got some stars though.
That's what I'm saying. If they license say Georgia,
we talking about them. You win then.
Okay.
Y'all could probably produce a better lineup.
Now, Atlanta versus Miami, that's hard for me.
And then if we take them on
tour. I like the sisters.
Hey, man, y'all cooking, man. I can't stop y'all from cooking, man.
I'm just saying, great power comes great responsibility, right?
Yeah.
It's girls who've been fine their whole life. And everybody has told them they was fine their whole life. And dudes tried to holler at them at a certain percent. Girls be knowing, bro, when they walk into a store in a group, who's the head chick. They put themselves in order all the time. Who's the finest in the group? They got somebody. Even they all gonna say that they're 10s, but every group of girls knows who is the finest one in their group.
But I want to ask you, so I mean, I guess we started off early. So you saying that Naptown got some niggas, Naptown got some baddies,
for sure.
But what made you come to Atlanta? Like, how did you land here?
Oh, damn. Nobody really knows this. I'll tell y'all the real story. So I actually lived in Cincinnati before I came here. And then I was there during the pandemic and I got divorced and she left. She was like, I ain't got to be in Cincinnati. I'm not with you no more. Like I had a gig out there and then I started my business out there originally. And I was just like, well, fuck it. I'm out of here too. I don't got to be in Cincinnati, So I came to Atlanta maybe a year prior and just scoped it out. Maybe a couple years prior.
During the pandemic?
No, it was before that. It was before the pandemic. Scoped it out, visited my homeboy out here, and I just seen the networking. Like, people was coming up to me like, yo, what you do?
What you do? Yeah.
Like, hey, how you doing? Ladies, guys, like, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to see what I'm on. I guess where you carry yourself are. That was just it. But that was way different from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, people if you know them, but nobody's really, hey, what do you do? You know what I mean? Especially not no black people.
Yeah, in Jacksonville, they kind of like, bro, what you on?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What you on?
But so that drew me in, and then as soon as I, basically got the green light, because I got kids with her, and I wanted to stay, you know what I'm saying, so I can be close. But her leaving was basically my green light, you know what I'm saying. So I was just like, fuck it, ain't no place to get over a divorce like Atlanta. I heard about Atlanta,
Yeah.
and I came out here. There's some chicks out here, so
Yeah.
There could be some blessings and some despairs. I've been told that.
Right. I mean, I had my year of fun, and then then you get back to business.
Back to business. Damn right. That's it.
So what made you want to start the BuckHead networking group?
Thank you for that question. Basically, when I came out here, what I like to say is when you're in the Midwest, it's easy to win if you're a black person being positive doing anything. People are going to fuck with you, especially if you're not a weirdo. And in the Midwest, we're not like Atlanta. Nobody's really flashy like that. If you are, you're kind of weird anyways because you're doing a lot. So it's just on the strength of what you do. Put something together. You got out of bed. You did something. Y'all here right now shooting a pod. Everybody else sleep.
Right.
So you've done something. And if you're consistent, you're going to get noticed and you're going to get the notoriety you deserve. Out here, everybody's winning. Everybody's out here going hard. Everybody's taking their business serious. There's nothing really to separate you like there is in a place where there's not a lot of black people for real.
Right.
You know what I mean? So first thing I need is for people to know who I am out here. So I was like, fuck it. After my year of fun where I wasn't really focused on business, I still had my Indianapolis clients, my Cincinnati clients. Then after a tax season, I was like, I really didn't have a lot of Atlanta clients because I ain't really been on business out here. I just been working and having fun. So the first thing I did, me and my business partners, we said, hey, we need to throw our own networking events. We need to build our networking up. So we got introduced to Cam, owner over there at Holiday Bar. He was like, hey, bring your events here. Obviously he wins at the bar. But we also are getting mentored by somebody who is in nightlife, somebody who does events, somebody who's an owner. He's black, and he's just putting us on game on how to get people in the door.
Right.
It's only so much network you can do, right? Especially if it's just shaking hands, talking about what you do and what I do. If it ain't no authenticity behind it, then
how can you ever get to some business?
Exactly, because I'm gonna take your Instagram and I'm never gonna remember you. I just got a new follower. That's all it was.
Right.
Yep.
Because I don't trust you yet. So I think the fact that who I am is kind of got how I'm successful. Because you'll talk to me, and I'm gonna talk back, and I know how to find a similar ground with you, and then that's all it got to be. You know what I do. That's
Right.
my brand. I don't have to sell you anything. You know what I do. So I want to make friends with you though. I want to figure out, and this is just my personal strategy. I got to figure out how I can make you some money or bring some people into your door. And if I can do that, I'm valuable to you. And it's all authentic. Just came down for us having a conversation. And then later, that's what you think about. But I think that's why people gravitate toward me because I'm not pushing a product. I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing an event and it helps if you the nigga that's in front of it, people gonna want to know who you are. So it's just a strategy to grow my network, and then it just went crazy. And then I added a few like very talented people to my team to help me really push it, put structure around it, so I can just focus on vision. And here we are. Like we've grown exponentially. We branded ourselves. We got us a nice little corner of Atlanta to where people are recognizing our brand. And I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure where we're going. I have a plan, but it's moving faster than I ever imagined. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's good for business.
You said team. You spoke on your team. So I want to give you a chance to actually give some highlights.
Okay.
And then also talk about the importance. What were some of the things that you learned when you hired on the people that you hired? Like, what was like one of the first impacts, one of the first things that you learned by delegating your duties and networking?
I appreciate that. Well, because I actually got some recent feedback that my leadership has improved. But basically what you know is that you can't do everything and you're not good at everything. I only went to school for accounting. I don't know marketing. I don't know how to build a website. You know, some of the foundational tools of a business, you just can't do it all. You don't know enough. Otherwise, you're going to have to study it.
And you don't have enough time for real.
Right. You're going to have to put in a lot of hours to be good at something and then consistently do it. So you might as well find somebody who can do it that you can leverage somehow. Basically, my first person, and mind you, I have a business partner that we strategize together, but the first person we brought in was my guy, Michael Fulton. Basically, Michael Fulton is a younger cat. He's recent grad out of Georgia Tech. He's a tech guy. He's an engineer, and he knows how to build a business. He has systems. He knows how to delegate. I learned a lot from him, actually. So, but early on when I met him, he came to one of my networking events. He was invited by a young lady who was on our team at the time, who just kind of helped promote and everything. And I just noticed that he was trying to do the same thing. He built an app. He's a tech founder. He built an app similar. It's called BizInc.io. And basically you can go on there and it integrates your Instagram. Basically, you don't need a landing page with his app. It has everything you need to book a service.
Okay.
Tells you all about a business and everything. And I noticed how he was inviting people on by building a networking group, right? And he was focused on men and called like the king something, and he wanted me to get behind it. I'm already building a certain thing, but I'm like, all right, I like how you're doing it, how you're pitching it and your work ethic behind it. And one day I was like, look, me and you are not competitors. Your business, your app, they ain't gonna kill nothing I'm doing if me and you work together on putting a team together. And since it made sense and he had the skills that I needed to help build the structure, because I'm just throwing events. I don't even have an email list. I don't have a website.
Okay.
I don't got shit. I'm just meeting people and they're following me on Instagram. So, but now he's putting all the foundation under it. So, bro, changed the game for us. And it was actually his idea as well to take our Instagram community and put them on Discord. And that is basically, if you think about marketing, we got right now 3,600 people on there just talking all day. And I can get on there and at everyone and make everyone see the event that I got going on, Roses in the Black.
Right.
So from a marketing standpoint, this is exactly where the position we wanted to be in. You know what I mean? And now we have a community that we're building, and everybody wins, because if you get on there and you start talking to people without, do you have Discord on here?
I don't.
Okay.
For 1 second. All right, so let's talk about stocks and economics now in this administration as opposed to the Trump administration.
That shit was booming. Trump administration, honestly speaking, it was booming.
Everybody was making money on stocks.
Everybody was making
pandemic.
money on stocks. Hell yes, a huge amount. The pandemic was almost like a blip. It really didn't last long as far as an economic downturn for stocks. Stocks took a huge dip, but it was short.
Mm-hmm.
That shit immediately started going.
Do you
haywire,
see the
and
pandemic as a fortunate? I ain't gonna say it like that, but as something, as a necessary evil.
It was a planned economic downturn that happens. Okay, it's a reason why for people who have Robinhood, they're going to understand this, right? You can only go back like 5 years of history for a stock on Robinhood. They do that on purpose. If you can go to that same stock and go back 15 years, you'll see a lot different data. You know what I'm saying? 50 years, you see a lot different data.
Of far as where you are.
Where that company is at the moment. Or whatnot, right? So you can go Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's a 100-year-old company, if I'm not mistaken. They're about 100 or closer to 100 years old almost, right? So you can go back 10 years when times were good and Coca-Cola was doing good, people were buying Coca-Cola at that time. Then if you go back towards earlier when they were incepted, you could tell what type of leadership they had, who was responsible for growing Coca-Cola from this company that was only making 5% returns per year to making 120% return year over year for a span of 15 to 20 years. And you could see when it went from being a product to being a cultivated product. And when you do that and you research these companies and what they did to get on Starbucks, Amazon, like watching the rise of Amazon on stocks was crazy to me. That was Tesla. Tesla is a great one if you want to just like see exactly what I'm talking about. Watch the rise and fall of Tesla and what happened in the media during the rises and falls in Tesla stocks. He'll say something. Because he's saying something, it makes the stock volatile, which means there's great points to buy in at and great points to sell out at. So if you're smart about a volatile stock and you follow the media for a volatile stock, you could always make money on that shit.
There were more volatile stocks during the Trump administration than there were during the Biden administration. Is that
a fact? Is that
are you a stock guy too?
I got into it actually because of the pandemic. I got into stocks then, and I've paid attention since then. So I feel like, but there were volatile stocks that got me into stocks, and I feel that that's unfortunate because in our community, as far as being somebody that knows about a lot of things, that was a part of the things that I just kind of never really, I never really like communicated with as far as friends. We weren't never really talking about stocks early.
Yeah, I'm at
and trading stock advice.
Deceptacon, all this knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, I have retained enough knowledge to where I could comfortably make a person confidently, like 100% satisfaction type shit, between 7 and 10%, I want to say, return safely. You know what I'm saying? Like,
without doing too much risk.
Without hardly any risk, if that makes sense. It's not going to be a risk because if I have the authority to, as long as you listen to me, I can. Like I literally brought somebody out of was he 110 in the red, negative? He was negative $110, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna take the loss." And I'm just like, "Why? Just leave that stock in." Leave that stock in, sell that shit because it's never coming back up. Mm-hmm. You could either hold on to it and wish and pray, or you could reuse that money for something else. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I had him sell some stocks, repurpose them and use them in better markets that at least paid dividends. Allowed him to reinvest. He allowed me to while he did what I told him to do. He reinvested his dividends back into buying the new stocks that I was pointing him to. And then he ended up climbing completely out of it. But then the cockiness took over, and it was just like, why I gotta pull out right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can still make more money. I'm like, this is how you got in the hole in the first place. Please pull out around when Bitcoin hit around 70,000. Mm-hmm. When Bitcoin was at like 50,000, I told him Bitcoin's going to reach 70,000. Please cut it. And I'll show you the text messages later just to show you that bullshit, right? I said, please sell your stocks at 70. And hold on to your money. He does real estate also, right? Overseas. So it's like, okay, if you pull this money out now, you could do so much with it on the real estate side while you're waiting on this stock to tank. So Bitcoin, for instance, it has gone from 70 down to around 64,000 and then gone back up to around 68. It's doing the hover before it dips again. It needs to do this every couple of years in order to stay a stock that's going to, in order to stay a currency that it's going to be. It's got to show some form of stability at a certain point. So right now, with it doing the up and downs, people can still make money on it. Once it becomes a legit currency nationwide, it can't fluctuate that much because that causes rises and falls of whole environments. You know what I'm saying? Like your small village might just die off because Bitcoin dropped too low. Like the price of the cost of the amount of money that Indian coin is worth. You feel me? Like that shit's like 1 billion fucking rupees for $1. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what happens when that happens. And then like the government got to step in and be like, don't worry about what the money's worth. we give you stuff for what you need. Do you make enough money now? And then shit can kind of rebuild. But other than that, you fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know enough. I know enough to get you where you need to be.
So let me ask you the question: what about the Trump administration's economy that you're going to praise as far as stocks is concerned, or maybe you might praise something else?
He allowed for jobs to be able to be created that people are having now, if that makes sense.
Like what?
Like there's a lot of companies that just folded completely because of the pandemic, and then there was a lot more that were going to fold during the pandemic. We're still feeling the results of some of those businesses' losses that they took, but he saved a couple of key ones that allowed people to still revitalize after the economy needed to recover. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? You have your Teslas that got bailed out. Necessary, honestly, for the United States agenda. Not so much for individuals like me or you. We could give a crap less for some of the policies that they're fighting for. But if we live in America, America has to survive in order for us to survive. Mm-hmm. I don't like the military and how the military does their actions as far as the people in charge of the military and how they run operations. Like we're a giant hit squad basically in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's our job though. So it's like if you want to live in America the way it is now, as far as the comforts, the creature comforts, the regular creature, having AC is a blessing. Thanks. And people don't realize that shit. Some people don't have AC in America, and I understand that. Could they get it? Yeah. Yeah,
you can walk into another building right now.
Yeah, you could just walk into the public library and get some AC.
Move to Minnesota,
or you could just move to a cold. You could move to a colder climate.
Or move to the Nap.
Move to Naptown. You feel me? It's you got options. You can live in the tropics, or you can live in the Arctic in America. You feel me? It's a great country to be in. Being honest, it's not. I would say it's one of the, if not the top 3 countries in the world.
I asked you about
I want to live in
the economy. I asked you about the economy.
Okay, speaking on
about the country.
Okay, I'm sorry. Speaking on the economy that was happening at the time of the Trump era, there was a lot of catastrophe, mending that he was having to do. Hell, he had the fucking pandemic happen during his damn presidency. Like, it's not too much worse it could be. They didn't like him on the way in. People doubted him at first, so they didn't plan for him to be in office. So they didn't even have a plan for what they could do to get shit done as Republicans while he was in office at first. They were just like, oh, shit, this is who we got to go with. Oh, damn, he going to win. Oh, shit. Because there was so many people that was in the race against him. Anyway, long story short, economics, my bad. Regardless of the fact, there were a lot of businesses who would have failed if it wasn't for what he implemented during that time.
Many
tax
did
cuts
fall.
included.
Many did fall.
They did. Who's going to stop all of them from falling though? Nobody.
I almost feel that for me, right, I'm gonna just go ahead and be on the cynic side to say that the many that fell possibly was also necessary evil to bring and born a whole new side of business. There's a whole new thing of business that's going on as far as electronic. I think a lot of what just happened in the pandemic pretty much X the dollar as far as a paper currency all the way into the dirt. It was already a struggle that was kind of turning, but now after the pandemic, the dollar is kind of changing. And that's where I could say that I kind of missed with the past administration versus this administration is the dollar, like more cash flowing, right? And then pre-pandemic, the cash kind of stopped flowing. But I also got involved because the cash stopped flowing in new ways of making money. I started learning new ways in our business, accepting PayPal, but now, we Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Apple Pay, all these different types of ways of exchanging the money, but it's also a silent agenda that kind of goes with that as well. But I will give the credit of saying then the dollar was flowing. I also learned more ways of earning with the pandemic and with certain things, the necessary evils that happen as far as the new companies and the new services that people have to use. And the people that are making money off of it, I feel like, are those that really profited the most. There are, many businesses that were born too. People probably got their entrepreneurship, especially in the black community. I got to understand that to be a reverse side effect of Obama, really. But that's something that also gets credit as far as Trump's economy versus Biden's economy. But silently, the stocks have been doing fairly well lately. Silently, I feel like people are getting paid more money and people are kind of circulating more money, but just in a different type of way. Certain people are just spending it in a different type of way, and they're making it kind of go up in a different type of way as far as the spending and all this stuff. So I don't know. It's a good conversation that I was willing to kind of share and give reverse points on. Like
in my opinion, bro, it seems like when the Democrats come in, it's more of a soft world for the people, and when the Republicans come in, it's more of a hard world for the people, and that's just kind of how that ebb and flow is. But it's a necessary thing because we can't. Go ahead.
The Republicans are treating the country more like a business and
correct.
Trying to get the
Up and down.
line. Up and down.
And like so the Republicans run America like a for-profit business, and the Democrats run it like a non-profit business. Does that make sense? That's the way I look at the economies. But for me, I'm a earn your wage type of person. So in my opinion, I don't think anything is supposed to be just given like that. Everything should be earned in one way or another. You find your place in life and you earn your way that way, and you live your life accordingly to that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you have to stay broke or you are going to stay rich, because you could slide on that scale at any given moment. You feel me? But if you work and you're valuable and you have skill sets, you don't ever have to be broke. You can earn a wage. You might not be able to buy jet skis, my nigga, but you can have a roof over your head. You can have a vehicle for transport, and you can eat. You know what I'm saying? Just from working enough. Simple. You know what I'm saying? Now, people make reckless ass decisions with their life all the time. And when that happens, they don't feel like they should have any consequences for it at all. And there are certain things like, oh, the white man held us down. Okay, cool. I get it. Now, black people have possibility for real possibilities. White people have been very accommodating for the shit that they did pull. The fucked up shit they pulled, they've been a lot more accommodating than they needed to be. Because there's other people who held on a little longer and were a little more cruel to the people that were trying to come up in their countries. So in America, the fact that we're where we are now and having had a black president, which I'd never doubt Obama at all as far as who he was as a person. He was a great representative, whatever. But economic policies during his presidency, were hit and miss in certain areas. And that some of that wasn't his fault. Some of that was blocked. But in politics, Republicans are a little bit more for-profit. Democrats are a little bit more non-profit. But you gotta have the for-profit, which is the overseas shit that we do, the fucked up shit we do. All the dirty shit allows for the other side to live clean.
The way you saying it though, man, you got to understand. You said you not saying.
Yeah, we're talking about genocide in other countries. We're talking about name anything
way.
fucked up. Name anything fucked up that America did.
You said
I'm just saying.
You said
we get
dirty
paid for all of it.
You said dirty, fucked up. That's all. I'm just pointing that out that you were saying that.
Mm-hmm. But that's America though. That's the Democrats and the Republicans. That's both.
Yeah.
They've both called for wars in other countries. Both sides
They both can be dirty and fucked up in different kinds of ways. But I try not to get involved with just kind of on policy and just things that we can kind of just tangibles. And we talking money and we talking stocks and we talking like basically the ways of making money. I will say that changed. But I can also say that now, content is a whole new way of making money, and there's a lot of things that happen with the changes of making money that some folks have not been able to adapt to. And then they're kind of going to turn this shit into some Mad Max type shit. So with folks that's just used to making money with the dollar, you know, they're gonna have issues. Or the folks that's, you know, having issues with their account digitally in the digital world, you know, they're going to have issues if you can't really get with either program.
So I think either you're a sheep or you're a wolf, right? That's the way I look at it.
I think it's the same thing. Survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest. You the sheep or you the wolf. Now, you as a wolf, if you're gonna eat sheep for a living, right? You know what I'm saying? Or at least get the wool off the sheep for a living to keep you warm, right? You can't let the sheep die. That's the way that they look at citizens in countries. You can't let the sheep die and you trying to live off being a wolf. It don't work. It's a symbiosis. Either way it goes. You got to have the lower class and you have to have the upper class in order to even have an upper class. If you try to do, we tried communism, it don't work. They've tried it multiple different ways in multiple different countries and it never fucking works. So we know that doesn't work. The egos of people prevent something as common sense as communism is as far as ideology. It won't let it work because people are going to people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that a person should be born into this world, have to do nothing their whole life, and somebody else pays their way?
No.
Okay.
Unless.
Sounds very Republican of you.
Unless there are certain ailments that they may have been born with, maybe.
Okay, but I don't feel like any Republican would disagree with you on that. Like people with disabilities should get disability payments. But nigga don't workability don't mean you get a free ride.
The only thing that's debatable about what you're saying is the starting point of black people where we are today. Because a lot of people have gotten to the, well, I want to say a lot, still a minority of black people who have access to education at
a what level?
To go, I mean, at any level.
Okay,
put everybody together.
So let's just get something out of the way, right? And this is for I'm not pro
I know you going with
any of the bullshit, but let's just do this. A child in the ghetto of Atlanta, right, can go to public school, correct or not? Do they have to pay for public school? Okay, they can go there, they can learn, right? They can go there, they can make A's and B's, correct? By doing some homework. They made it easier than ever. Let's be 1,000 with you.
But the
school now ain't school then.
The thing that you're not taking into an account is the systematic racism that's embedded in us to not even take school serious.
Okay, you have a choice every day to think how you want to think, especially in this country. Saying,
but we're being marketed to by the powers to be a gangster.
Understood. I get that too. But everybody don't take the bait.
Everybody don't take the bait, but you got to see the powers that are working against our community.
I think it's working against the youth in general, though, because there's a lot of white kids that are crashing out in their society as far as they're going. But where their starting point was...
You don't see no white gangsters.
You have white wannabe gangsters, a lot of them.
On TV. Yeah, that's,
They just not going to put them on TV.
But they got a lot of other things going on for them.
Right.
They got a long history of white people being great and American books that's teach whitewashed. They great.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
And we got everything that's making us feel like fuck school.
We make us feel like fuck school
because that's how we're being programmed by media.
I'm from, and I believe a lot of people that I know are from, because of where we ended up at. We're from the defiant sector of black people. We're from the motherfuckers who said, no, slavery's not good enough for us. No, we're not just going to be a 3/5 of a person. We need to be a whole person. What's wrong with that? We work hard. Why the fuck we can't have some shit? Hold on. We tilled this land. We worked this land. I'm not just going to lay down and let you have it. Like, nah, this is my shit. I'm going to take part of my shit too. Y'all immigrants too. Fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And those are the black people that I come from. You feel me? So that's where I'll be speaking from, because my grandmother, my grandfather, both had parents that were slaves. You see what I'm saying? That worked in the fields. Legit. You feel me? So knowing that, and knowing they said education was important still, and they instilled it in all their children. All their children got degrees in college, even though they didn't. You see what I'm saying? My grandmother, grandfather both graduated from college. Their parents were slaves. You feel me? Mammies and shit. Slaves.
What are you saying? Because that's your upbringing.
I'm not the only one. That's what I'm saying. I'm not the only one.
But you're in a minority of.
I don't feel like it's a minority. I think that's part of what you're talking about, of what they're feeding us, is that it's a minority. Trick the sheep into thinking they're not as smart as the wolves.
Bro.
Does that make sense?
Look who you got youth coming in here every day.
Mm-hmm.
You can just tell by their mentality that they're being taught the wrong thing.
Yeah, but then there's so many of them that change their minds. And that's what
I know. That's what it's gonna take.
Right, but because
there's one of you and 20 of them.
But all of their parents don't be bad parents. All of their parents ain't telling them, like, they're being indoctrinated, but that doesn't mean they can't be snapped out of it. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you think this is it, but let me tell you the rest of the truth that they're not telling you.
I understand.
And then those particular brothers that actually listen to the truth of what we're telling them, you tell people about their finances all the time. Bro, they make the money and they spend it stupidly, and then they still are broke. You tell them, hey, bro, don't spend it stupidly.
Just
spend it like this.
Real quick, just acknowledge the fact that there are more people who don't know what's going on than there are people who know what's going on.
I can agree with that. Now, do you feel like there was more people that were raised to not know what was going on, or they were possibly raised right and chose wrong because of what they were fed?
Even if they chose wrong, I'm still blaming racism systematically.
At what point do you feel defeated by racism?
In some ways.
As a black man in America?
Some ways.
Okay. What ways do you feel like racism has held you back? We talked about it
earlier. We didn't even learn about credit.
In school. To me, that was schools, though. Because white people, their parents taught them about credit. Our parents didn't teach us about credit because they didn't learn.
They didn't know either.
Ooh.
So if there's some racism if only the white people understand some shit.
Okay, but when you said school systems, I'm like, nah, they not teaching it to nobody. Now their parents are teaching it to them, but that's what I'm saying.
I feel like white kids, like the kids that I know who went to the white schools, they know way more about stocks and technology and shit than I did at my school, which was all black.
Okay.
They having different conversations. They can actually teach. You know what I'm saying? We're young and stupid and soldier boying and shit because that's what's coming on, and our parents don't even got enough sense to tell us turn that shit off. Where white people, they know, hey, my grandfather was successful. Here's the route. And then they got connections that we don't got.
The connections I'll give you.
And all that is built on racism.
But we've been building connections like crazy. Like we're nowhere near where we were.
I know. But we got a lot of catching up to do. And that's what the Republicans need to realize. Hey, we still fucked up. It's going to take a lot to get us where we need to be.
So here's the opposite side of that. Understanding, see, this is where people reach across the aisle.
All I need you to do is acknowledge the fact that
what racism existed in America and it caused the economic downturn for black people. Yes, we on the same page with that.
We're still fighting our way
out of it.
Equality.
My problem is, we'll go finish what you're saying. So,
there's an argument there to where I want to be economical about America too, but we got to get everybody on the same playing field first. We got to worry about what's at home, get everybody good here, make everybody feel like.
What percentage of people do you feel like should know everything, right? And then enact it, right? And still allow for an upper middle class to high class economically?
I don't think that's the point.
No, I'm asking the question though. Like, the reason for me saying this is you can't have the rich without the poor. It don't work like that.
So why we got to be the poor?
We don't have to be the poor. That's as a black man, not voting Republican, but having some Republican ideals. I voted for Trump though. This last time, I did vote for Trump. He lost, but whatever. Anyway, normally I vote Democrat. Man. I voted for Obama twice. You feel me? He won twice. I like winners. I fuck with that.
Fuck all that.
The whole point of it is that that's the state of being. Is where we're at is we're still climbing. I get that. But do we stop? Because there's people who are like, no, but it's not fair. And then they just quit. I'm not one of them motherfuckers.
No, it's we're not talking about you or that.
Okay.
We're talking about the systematic things that are keeping us oppressed, like the prison systems. That's $1 billion business.
Okay.
Like how there's inequality in schools. So because there is rich and poor, obviously the poor teachers are going here. Like I didn't even have half the teachers that you would.
Where
think
are your
have.
Kids going to school at? A good
obviously
school?
a higher school.
Oh, okay. Mine too.
But
it's gonna take some time though.
But you get where I'm coming from,
Give us
bro?
some time. But y'all
give us some time.
Is the Republicans giving us some time?
Where are they not? Where are they not giving you the time? Tell me where they're not giving you the time. But that's my point. They want to make America.
They want to make America great again.
Okay, cool.
They not giving us the time with all of our black men in jail. How about that?
Okay, so all of our black men are in jail for no reason.
A lot of them have been tricked out of their spot by the media.
Okay, by the media. There's certain principles as a man that you're supposed to stand on.
Oh
you don't let people fucking trick you out of everything. We don't have no
principles because we don't got no men teaching principles.
Okay, so that's where we start.
We far
teach
back.
The principles.
We so far back.
But we start from somewhere, man. That's my point.
Starting. We got you teaching the young boys downstairs.
You feel me?
But
we got you teaching people. We got Dame teaching people.
We just want to make sure Trump ain't trying to leave us behind, and y'all and the Republicans trying to leave us behind.
What did he do so bad in the 4 years that affected you?
He triggered me with his racist comments.
Like, give me an example of a racist comment towards blacks.
Sure. He just said something triggering. He just called us black jobs. He said we had.
He called us black jobs.
Yeah,
that's what he called us.
He said we got black jobs. Did he not?
Yeah, he did.
Was that not triggering?
No.
Why not?
Because he's looking at the history of how Trump speaks. Number one, his hold on wait. His ignorance about black people. He's ignorant about black people. I don't feel like he's racist though. I know racist I know racist white people, bro. They will call you the nigga. They'll call you nigga to your face, bro. Have you really met a real racist white person? Like a real racist? Has a white person called you nigger? No. Not nigga, not soft A, not my nigga. Has a white person to your face with disdain and hate called you a nigga before? I've met those people. I'm from the South.
With disdain and hate.
Disdain and hate, bro. It's a sting that comes to it. Y'all, I mean, no offense, bro, but niggas up north, if a white person say nigga, it's gonna have to be an Italian motherfucker that probably call you a nigga, and they just mean that from a nigga perspective. I don't really be looking at Italians as white people. Italians
up north, they try to be cool
y'all,
with it.
And y'all kind of cool with me as far as, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's proper for you to say the N-word, but y'all were called some things, you feel me? So I sympathize with you a little bit, you feel me? But there's real racism in the South. For real, bro.
Okay, so what are we saying?
But
that's what we need to fight against.
That's what we need to fight against.
We don't need to ignite them like Trump does.
He not that. He's playing on them for the votes. I ain't gonna cap about that too. He not with all that shit that they about, bro. Come on now, bro. He's not. Hey, look,
it don't matter.
Donald Trump is not a tiki torch white. Okay, he's not a tiki torch white, bro. We're not gonna.
We're not saying
he's a beach bum.
He's not saying that,
best,
but
bro.
He's deploring them.
If that nigga was not the president, bro, he'd be on Miami Beach in a thong, walking around like these other white folks do when they retire, bro. He's a beach bum. He's been a beach bum, but he's good at business. Legit. He's good at working the system. Gets me, though, let me say that. He's good at working the system of business.
Nothing wrong with that.
He's an expert at that.
Yeah,
he's an expert at that. America is what?
But I'm saying that.
What is America?
We need to it's a business.
Okay.
And I like the way you look at it. All I'm saying is when we're talking about the differences between being a business and being a nonprofit, we can't act like shit's all sweet.
It's not all sweet, but it's not all sour.
Wouldn't say it's all sour. I'm glad I live here.
And I have a problem with it being ran like a business when that business is anti-black.
I have a problem with being considered a victim for the rest of my life. If somebody beats me up,
that's
bro,
because you're looking
I'm not
at
letting that shit go. I'm going at that nigga every day, bro, until we get the fade back.
You your family obviously ascended. There's a lot of people who did not have that opportunity. You got to recognize that.
Okay. I don't think that's an unfair statement. I think that happens.
So
we were the economically oppressed, bro. I'm not denying that.
It ain't even past that. Their safety net programs are necessary for all types of people, and there are certain things that's gonna get. When it comes to that, there's certain things that's gonna be scammed and some type of shrinkage in all business. So when you run it like a business, you're gonna understand that it's gonna be shrinkage on both ends. You're gonna have people that's gonna be scamming you.
The shrinkage is us.
Yeah, you're gonna have folks. Yeah, we're literally America's shrinkage.
No, facts.
They treat it like that, but it's not necessarily us because there are just as many, white folks on welfare and things.
It's changing around slowly.
It's more white folks on welfare
American
than blacks.
gonna be what I hear. America's gonna be more black than white soon. They hate it.
It's gonna be more brown than both. So,
yeah.
What you mean, like Mexican?
Yeah, Latino or Latin in general, not just Mexican. Latin in general.
They coming up here at a higher rate than black people.
First of all, during Biden's era, it's been a floodgate. What you mean? It's been for all immigration in the United States increased by a rapid amount during Biden's presidency.
They come over here taking black jobs.
I mean, the thing about it is black jobs are any jobs that a black person holds. The president is a black job. I'm sorry, I didn't take it offensive from what
you don't think he wrote that down to trigger you?
Fuck no.
You think he just made that up?
I don't think he's that racist smart.
I think he is.
Where is Trump from?
I don't know.
Did anybody ever think about that?
No.
He's from fucking New York. One of the most. New York is if you ask New Yorkers, bro, it's one of the most even places as far as racism there is now. It's just like if you're racist, you're a piece of shit in New York by all New Yorkian standards. That's just what New York is, from what I understand.
And he's always been a racist and a piece of shit.
Says who?
Says the things that he's done to the black tenants in his building, to the black folk, the black boys in New York, to people in New York that just feel that Donald Trump is from an elitist society that don't give a fuck about black people. And the result of that is that they don't share the information or the opportunity, and they bogart it basically and they are in fear of losing it. So they are doing things.
So only the Republicans, only the white people that are Republicans are the problem, just not white people. Because y'all, I'm not gonna let y'all sit on that fence.
No, it's not.
There's
all
white people on both sides. Using my Trump language. It's white people on both sides. Yes, there's racist white people on fucking Democratic side,
right? Just
as much as there's racist white people on the Republican side. I'm not just gonna let that slide. Like Democrats is for black people, bro. They not
like this. You're saying it's
historically they haven't been, and they're not now. None of those
everybody's
Democratic
business oriented, except they just running on. Let's help the black people out.
No, I don't. Where do they actually just help the black people out at? That's what I'd be looking for. Like, where is the just black people help coming from? Because they don't really do a lot for black people.
We never get it.
Well, I'm gonna do something for the black. I'm gonna do something for the black people, right?
I don't like Vaseline on my lips, my brother. I'm sorry about that.
My bad, black.
I'll drink some more water. I need some more water. That's what I do need.
Black man.
Well, I will say that, but that's just my personal opinion. I guess it is what it is.
I like the way you look at it.
I don't like being a victim. You feel me? I'm not calling motherfuckers victims. I'm just saying they call themselves victims, and I'm just like, okay, bro.
See, you can't say it like that.
You want to wake up every day and work. It makes you feel good as a man to fucking work, right? I'm not saying you got to fucking work a slave-ass job your whole life, but in America, that's a choice, my nigga. You can work a job, like, is right now more than ever, bro. I could wake up tomorrow and say, hey, I'm going to put $5 a day of what I earn at my 9 to 5 into my YouTube channel. My nigga, and make $1 million by the end of the year.
I want to bring you back around, though, bro. I want to bring you back around to say this. I understand what's going on to be a defense, right? It's like a lawyer. It's like everybody feels that they have to be Trump's lawyer. And all of a sudden, you just spoke on victim mentality when in actuality, the MAGAs have been the biggest victim baiting culture in the last 10 to 20 years because they are claiming to be victims to the immigration.
We are. America
victims,
is.
There are victims.
How so?
Okay, so boom. All right. If you have how country economics work, right? And where does a country get its money from? Every country.
Import, export.
Import, export, and what else?
Taxes?
Correct. So in order for you to make money as a business, taxes have to exist as a country. Taxes have to exist for you to upkeep your infrastructure, your running water, your electricity.
Oh, I see where you're going.
All of that shit.
This motherfucker's
right?
here not paying shit.
Fucking right. And they're using all the resources. This is all people from different countries in general that aren't doing the proper immigration forms and formats.
But to a certain degree, it's weird. Again, I'm gonna get back to this.
We're all immigrants. I get that part.
I'm gonna get back to this victim baiting culture that you are defending, and you almost you're
naming it something, but okay.
That's what it happens. It seems that now that they added certain elements to the persona, it's natural for us to look at that and say, hey, damn, I'm finna root for the bad guy, good guy sometimes. It's fun. It's exhilarating. And I feel like I'm waiting for someone to have this conversation so I can say, hey, Trump's not so bad, yada, 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 or whatever. Or kind of it changes in the conversation because it's more of a cape for somebody I feel that does not cape. And he does relish in victimhood. There's been victim of I'm arrested, I'm persecuted now.
Oh, wow.
Victim of he is the biggest victim.
I didn't know how he was gonna land the plane, but he did it beautifully.
He's the biggest victim
then
now.
He just got shot.
Look. He is the biggest victim in the rally. Now it's gonna be, oh no, I was the old person, but now, oh no, they made me the old person or whatever because of the move that whatever being made. They're gonna say that there's a lot that's going on.
He is probably the most goddamn opposed president in the history of presidency. What he's supposed to do? Just take all the hits and lose, nigga? That's my point. It's like, what are you supposed to do? Like, okay, I'm not gonna spend this shit. I'm not gonna. If you got shot, right, and you know for a fact you're fine, right? It grazed you, if it hit you at all, right? You're gonna miss that whole opportunity during a political campaign, the biggest fucking stage of tomfoolery in the world. Why wouldn't you put your fist in the air, and why wouldn't you do a power fist at that? Try to get some black votes at the time. Go ahead.
Because
shit, smart man, Jesus.
What's fucked up about it is when black folks need you to identify with our issues that we are being called victims,
right?
Because we don't have education. Because we are bringing these.
You do horrible shit issues. Like sign a whole bunch of money away for black colleges and institutions and keep them from closing. Oh, that's so horrible, nigga. That's horrible for black people. Why would he do that? Why would he put himself in a room full of black people, black leaders and shit, and sign some shit that helps them? That's horrible. You're right.
Okay, what I'm saying is
I ain't seen Joe Biden in a group full of black people signing shit yet.
I'm not having that conversation, man.
Why not? Why we can't have that conversation?
You could pull things of what
pull it. I'm gonna pull it. We could pull it out of your head. When was the last time you seen Joe Biden in a room full of black people signing legislation to help black people?
During the Morehouse speaking engagement that Joe Biden came down and spoke at the graduation at Morehouse recently here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
After that, there was legislation that was written that upped the ante and the money. It put it in the billions as far as the money that was given to HBCUs.
Okay, so something that Trump started, he added to.
It wasn't started with Trump at all.
Okay.
Trump added more to the fund.
Okay, so so Trump started a precedent.
Trump added more to the fund.
Biden continued it
in a state way. He gave it to the.
He didn't
states.
give enough money.
He gave it to the states and added to the fund for the number. It was started within the Obama administration.
Okay,
and it was.
You see how that was done?
It was a move.
He took something that the man actually did and tried to discredit it in every single way possible.
Who?
Trump. I just gave you an example of Trump sitting in a room full of black people and signing legislation that gave money to black people and did something for black people. Right? You took it from, well, he didn't do as much money as Biden did. Then you went backwards before him and said, well, he only did the money he did because of Obama. You sandwiched it between two Democratic candidates very smoothly.
No, I answered the question that you asked me. You asked me for a time that I recently that I seen him in the room full of mostly black folks, and that's not the only time.
Mostly or all? Because he was in the room with all black folks. But okay, go ahead.
I mean, I haven't really seen Trump in too many rooms.
You don't watch Trump like that.
Now, I've watched Trump for about 8 years, very, very.
You watch the trash side of what represents Trump.
I could count
Democratic
on one
news.
hand. I could count on one hand when I've ever seen him around multiple black folks, like basically more than other than Chick-fil-A. It's been very, very seldom that I've seen Donald Trump with my eyes.
Boy, Biden did the same move here in Atlanta at the same Chick-fil-A right after Trump did it. Stop it. Don't even bring that up.
I'm saying,
see what I'm saying?
If I had to bring up one, I'd be
Trump
like,
did it first. Trump came and fought with the niggas first, bro. Niggas was on fucking on goddamn Ben Hill and goddamn Joseph E. Lowry with their camera phones out because Trump was riding through town. Then 2 months later, here comes Joe Biden do at the same goddamn Chick-fil-A. Come on, fam. Let's not.
Again,
I'm just saying, pull the wool out, bro. Pull the wool out.
Victim mentality and then using victim mentality when it is usable towards an advantage. Because it's not.
How is that victim mentality?
It's okay for you to have the advantages as a person with the knowledge, a person with the privilege, a person with the outright born, like what is it called? What's the word that they've been throwing around? The R word, the nepotism. I'm talking about R word with with nepotism. Whatever the advantage is, it's okay for certain people to use these advantages, and it's not okay for other folks to feel that their advantages are needed or are necessary. And that is the hypocrisy and some of the shit that y'all be doing, like as folks that just cape for Donald Trump for no reason, when you don't really have the things that you know what I'm saying necessarily want to back it up with. Like, because when we say the HBCU, as far as something that was done for black people, it was a long stretch in 4 years of times that you can see a person step in. The time, even just how it felt, like you said, triggered, just using words that trigger black Americans and that trigger white Americans in certain ways that they antagonize black Americans. That's something that I don't necessarily miss at all, but I could say that it's been boring without Trump, and a lot of people miss the ratings and the headlines. The media miss him like a motherfucker, so we damn near playing the game and trying to make it seem like he actually has a chance, when actually, being that he is a felon, being that the things that come with the...
Stop talking about your president like that. Cut it out.
The things that come with the name and the stain that he has done
too.
To basically just that seat and into the American society. A lot of folks, I feel like I just didn't see the path to winning until recently, because I'm like, damn, they really put the move to where they manipulated the media, because the media and everybody wants Trump in office because it feels funner. It feels like an adventure.
He exposes the bullshit. That's my whole point. He exposes the bullshit. Like, one of my favorite moments from Trump is him calling Hillary Clinton Crooked Hillary. Because being honest, my grandparents and shit told me shit about the Clintons. And they were Democrats. They were just like, hey, this is the candidate we have and da-da-da-da. But all this Epstein shit, all that, that's old news. I don't even care about that shit. The money, what they do with the money is old news. When he called Hillary crooked and called her out as a white man, calling out a white lady and exposing shit that she does, and he's like, shit, my shit all open. Yeah, I done bankrupted all these companies and shit, and I'm still playing the game and doing it, whatever. His shit is open. He gave up every tax form he had to give up.
No, he didn't.
So, okay, what he didn't give up, bro?
What
tax form he didn't give up?
I'm just answering.
Did he not? Was he not required by law to give up things?
He didn't give up anything. They didn't have to take it.
Okay, is that what he got? Is that what he got convicted for? No.
No, we not talking about the conviction.
I'm saying he didn't do anything illegal then. He's a politician. He's under a microscope. All the shit that they do, they try to pin him with every charge known to man, and the nigga didn't go to jail for none of that.
Changing the conversation about
I'm making sense of all of, bro. Again, Democrats are not for black people. Republicans are not for black people. I'm talking about the whole scope of, if you're racist, bro, tell me you're racist. I would appreciate that knowledge.
You changing it. You changing the conversation and the dynamics of the conversation.
No, I'm explaining my side. You're telling me why my side's bad. I'm telling you why my side is. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm explaining to you what my side of the thought process is. I'm not a Trump supporter because I think he's the greatest president to ever walk the fucking earth. No, I'm not that stupid. I don't think Biden was any way better, personally. I felt like he wasn't mentally capable of doing the shit. I could see the signs. Like, I've had older relatives. I see the signs of a little bit of something going on with him. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that this nigga got it in him to make it that far. Like, it's a lot of niggas dropping dead at 70 and 80, you know what I'm saying, as men from all types of shit. So knowing that both of them are at that age, Trump look a little bit more spunky. Got a little more pep in his step.
I seen some headlines that he was dead.
Bruh, we don't know. I hope not. I hope Joe's in good health.
Too, but
you know what I'm saying? I hope he's just tired. That one. I hope he's just tired, bro. He just like, man, fuck this shit. I'm good.
For you, what you think about Kamala and what her does she have a path to victory?
Kamala is a disingenuous black woman. I don't think she has a chance in hell.
Because we don't.
The sisters ain't even behind her, bro. If she ain't got the sisters, bro, she ain't. I've seen a couple sisters that you know are really on her side. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, hey man, a black woman in power, I'm all for it. Fuck it. And I can't blame them for it. Hell, that's how I voted for Obama. I really didn't give a fuck what Obama's policies were. He was a black man running for president. I'm voting. I'm not gonna be the nigga that they say you didn't vote. Oh, I'm not doing that.
That's damn near me too. I just want to see.
You feel me?
On some history.
He just so happened to be a great candidate and a great president after that. Thanks. I appreciate that, bro. But I was just hoping you ain't fuck it up, bro. I was like, and in the first 4 years, I was like, damn, boy, they trying their best to make this nigga look bad. Being honest, they tried everything. I feel like everybody tried everything. Democrats, Republicans, white people that were in power tried everything to make him look bad. And he still rose and did what the fuck he did and still is listed as one of the top presidents of all time. Right?
Because
that should have been a Republican, I feel like. But it is what it is. He was a great fucking president. The point is I don't feel like the man's any more racist than these southern white people that I've met that actually are racist. Okay? And it's not a whole ton of them that are outwardly public with it now. Usually they're older, had a little dementia, and they don't give a fuck no more. So they telling the truth. You feel me? Like, I don't like you niggers. Okay, cool. I get it. But he ain't bad, bro. If he's racist, if he's one of them racist fucks that people don't like, he ain't a bad one from what I've experienced. So I could take him. He's like a normal white person to me. They all interact with black people in the awkwardness because they're not us. They're not like us. It is what it is. They look to us for fashion. They look to us for what's cool. They look to us for what's in. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You feel me? And I can understand and appreciate differences of culture, differences of religion, differences of skin color, all these things that we've had to accept for people to get along, bro. I can accept the fact that they might not like black people inherently. They might be a little scared going through the hood. I'm scared going through the hood sometimes too. And I be in the hood all the time. I be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? This might not be the safest place that I would want my daughter to walk around in at night.
I don't know, man. I actually can identify with, again, a lot of conservative values. I think that black people automatically can identify with the values that's conservative. So when you have some of the conversations, it there are dynamics of it that I definitely agree with, but don't I feel triggered when people cape for the decency, because it's not about a racial thing at the end of the day for me. That's just the icing on the cake. The difference for me is the blunders that I've watched every day, and the differences in the people because of what was represented and the triggers that was spewed into the people.
Do you feel like he was extra tried by white people during that time frame?
Extra tried?
Yeah, like more than normal. You feel like white people were just outlandishly bold and blatant in their disrespect for you as a black man during the time frame of Donald Trump being president? Yes or no?
I mean, we did see George Floyd get stepped on.
Okay.
We did see.
Did you look at the whole case as
too.
it is, or did you look at it from a lens of we've been oppressed for decades and or centuries? Hell, we've been oppressed for centuries as black men, and I don't like to see any black man go through trauma. Or did you look at the case? Because there were some cases like the Aubrey case, the Ahmaud Aubrey, that case,
the kid that was running.
Yeah, like that's one of the cases you say, yeah, that's fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Point to those cases. The the lady that just got killed by the police. Look at that case and say that shit's fucked up.
Nah,
this is what we're talking about. This is that racist shit we're talking about.
There was
and
just,
point
like
at that.
Saying,
but don't
just triggering things around that during that time.
Right.
And then him insinuating that we're animals during the riots and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
What did black people tear up during the riots, bro?
In them stores.
What store? Okay, they went to a couple of stores that had insurance and all that shit. What else did they tear the fuck up during the riots? Man. Black people shit, bro. We tore our own shit up, bro. I was one of those niggas who was like, bro, why are y'all in this neighborhood? Why y'all go rob the other stores over there? Why y'all fucking up the mom and pop stores? What the fuck are you doing? You tearing up our shit. And then I noticed also that the government was protecting certain places and pushing people back to other places. And the people were going to riot if they wanted to riot, and they just rioted where they were.
And there was a whole lot of riots though in the streets. Again. It was a lot of riots.
Elitism, capitalism. Yeah. I subscribe to that. I subscribe to the capitalisticness of people. If you got $1, somebody gonna want to take it from you, and somebody gonna want to help you make more money. That's just how the world works. In general, I understand the beast of what that is. I just do.
Pretty. Yeah.
Here, we have a chance as black men. In a lot of other countries, we don't got a shot at all. America ain't that fucking bad, bro.
I don't know about
we sitting here on a podcast, bro, instead of trying to get some extra sleep because we got a toiling job to do in the morning. We ain't got to sew no sneakers. We ain't got to toil no fields. We ain't picking no fucking cotton. We ain't doing none of that shit right now, bro.
Again,
I wish a white person would tell me to pick some cotton right now. Shoot me.
Nah, man. Again,
shoot
man,
me. I go out first before I pick some fucking cotton.
There's certain sides. There's certain times that black Republicans sometimes act as if they experience change or that they don't stand to gain if all black people are helped. There are just certain times and sometimes I just...
Who said that?
I'm just feeling that way.
Why do you feel that way? I portrayed that? I feel like I don't care about other black people coming up?
Yeah.
What part of what I said makes you feel like I don't care about black people coming up? The part about me mentoring black people, the part about me helping black people?
It was just parts of the sheep and the wolf. It was just certain parts. It was just like triggers of the overall it's not necessarily that just black people. It's just the caping for what things have already changed. You speak from sometimes a space of privilege
mm-hmm.
to even knowledge, right? privilege to the knowledge, privilege to the action, privilege to maybe the structure that was maybe taught in your family structure, right? You know your granddad's name, and that is something that is just now happening in our culture. It's just starting to happen where people are starting.
I think it was lost. Niggas used to know who they whole. We had family reunions. We don't have family reunions no more like that. We're just starting to have those.
No, we just now started. No, let's be clear. That was where it started. It was starting to do it, and then now we're starting to lose it all over again. But again, it is just not starting to where we have black men that can think like you. As far as I came, my great granddaddy was a slave, but then his son was somebody, and then his son was somebody, and I'm the third, whatever, and I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm kicking ass to a certain degree. So I've always had to fight these battles and still kind of succeed. Why couldn't everybody else kind of, fight the same battles? Or there was times when they was they was up and I'm up, so it's my turn now. You know what I'm saying? And damn them, because they
that's where I see, right there is where you deviate from anything that I've said. Because I've never said I'm up. I've never spoken from an entitled position. I've spoken from a grinding position.
You said something.
At all times.
You said along the lines of for there to be rich, there has to be
that's global economics though.
Poor. You said there have to be purple. Let me just finish the statement.
Go ahead.
You said, I'm just saying where the trigger came from and where I got that idea, right? Is when you said that, and then he said, but yeah, why do that have to be black people?
Right. That's victimhood. That's the way I look at that.
No.
That's what you just described, is taking a statement that I made about the global economy. That's every country around the world.
But we're talking about America for one.
If we're talking about America, our economy is sweet compared to most of those other countries.
No, it's not. We're talking about as far as the percentage to black people, then no, or just percentage to everybody.
Okay.
No, let me finish. Every other race of people benefit at a different rate than the race of people that put in the most work for this country. You have to realize that and feel that until that is even halfway, the numbers don't even match up. It's not even a close number until it's actually something has to happen to where that number changes for us to be like, this is the best place for us.
So should we?
We don't know that.
Okay. What we do know.
How is that the best place for us and we're at the bottom?
Okay. Being at the bottom of the list to get in VIP, but you still get in, ain't that bad as being at the bottom of the fucking DMV line.
It's not VIP though, bro.
I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
But this is what I'm saying though.
VIP
Look,
America.
You could be at the bottom in Zimbabwe, where the currency's fucked up there, and Haiti. You could be at the bottom in Haiti right now. You could be at the bottom of the barrel in Haiti right now.
That's totally different. Where we kind of the conversation.
Bro, it's a country.
Why would you have to go straight to Haiti?
We don't have to go straight to Haiti. Okay, let me flip it on you. Let me just flip it on you so you could give some examples. Name the places that are better for black people. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, how can
No, don't deviate.
Africa,
Name them.
Ghana.
What part? What part of Africa? You said Ghana.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you Ghana.
Where they got fucking riches.
Now you as a black African American go to Ghana and see how they treat you.
That I don't have any confirmation on.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying.
What are you saying? We're African Americans. We're not just Africans. We're not just black men.
I can't answer that question I really don't have. What I'm saying is I can't say that America is if we are at the bottom when it comes to the number of earnings. Basically, the our family and earnings is to every other culture, the Asian culture, Indian American, like every other American is getting paid way more money than we are. And it's like that for the existence of this country.
So racist white people are only racist against black people. They're not racist against any other races. They're not racist against Asians. They're not racist against Latinos. They're not racist against Irish. They're not racist against anything other than black people. Is that what you're telling me? Because you just listed off how Asians are past us. They weren't at one point, and now they are. What's the difference?
The design is different.
What design? What they pass on to they were oppressed too. Not to our limit,
but it's a different.
Not
design,
to our
though.
limit. They weren't oppressed to our limit, and I'll give you that. But they were oppressed. They were killed. They were persecuted.
Where your privilege kicks in is when you think that everyone has access to the same knowledge you do.
Okay, it's called the internet. I went to the public library to get my knowledge. Where did you go?
What I'm telling you is the powers.
Where did you go?
The powers to be are not directing a lot of black kids toward the library.
How hard did you, as Johnny, have to fight to learn? How hard was it for you to fight to learn, to get the access to learn?
It's not about fighting.
Or was it concentration for you?
No.
But
I'm just asking. I'm asking a question. Was it concentration?
It was like you, a parent who didn't let me go outside.
Who was on the right path,
you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of fucking
parents,
fathers in jail that can't direct their kids right now because they in there on some petty ass racist shit like weed.
Okay. Weed was illegal.
And I need you to acknowledge the fact that there is still victims.
Bro, slavery was legal at one point. Laws change. Weed's not illegal everywhere, you know what I'm saying, right now as it used to be. Right? Niggas are getting let out of jail. They were falsely imprisoned if you feel like comfortable about weed. But I know some Bible thumpers that are just as uncomfortable about weed as the next
again,
nigga.
I don't want to like political.
I smoke. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're
saying. I'm playing devil's advocate when it comes to a lot of this shit. I've sat here and admitted, hey, bro, there has been oppression. Hey, bro, we're coming from a place, that we have to climb from.
The only thing is you can't say that there is somebody displaying
fuck that
victim mentality because a lot of people, there's a lot of forces.
But he said victim mentality. I didn't say that. I said I don't want to be a victim. I refuse to be a victim.
No,
he said the term victim mentality when he was talking about Trump, and then
it went it.
Right, he flipped it on the other shit.
Was because it was presented that.
So what do you want black men to do to get better? Because if those terms are the same as what I'm saying, I don't see why it's so different. You want black men to open their eyes a little more and learn a little more. You want black men to listen to other black men who have some sense about themselves on a podcast, for instance, and tell them to do something better with their lives.
What we need to do is control what's on the media.
Okay.
That's where the problems are starting.
Okay.
And from there, they are directly throwing shit at us. They're putting $1 million behind Sexy Red to throw us off track. Ain't no white Sexy Reds out here.
Bad Baby counts, but go ahead.
But she's marketed to black people.
Yeah, that's the type of music she makes.
So that's what I'm saying.
Are you saying that hip hop is not black?
No, what I'm saying is that it's white companies. It's white companies that's controlling it. There's a white company that's controlling the media. Everything that's subtle, like white superheroes, everything is a subtle play on racism because they are in control of everything that we see. And the media and the way that they market is intentional to get us to buy the wrong shit, to get us to look up to and glorify athletes and rappers. And if you're so lucky that you still have a father in your life to be a man enough to say, hey, that ain't it. You need to be focused on school or your whatever the fuck. Then you're fucked. You're fucked because your mama can't control a young lion. You're going to be outside and the media is telling you to be outside.
I get that.
Now the media is telling you to go drill. That's systematic. I'm not blaming Republicans for that, but I know
he is. But go ahead.
But I know that it's white people in general. You know what I'm saying? That we gotta hold our tongue when we call somebody a victim.
So let's do this. Let me go ahead and this is why I'll be doing this back and forth with him because I know he's a hardcore ass Democrat for real. So what I do is flip the shit on shit like this. Okay, the welfare system and how it keeps black fathers out of the household economically. I don't feel like that was a Republican initiative. that you don't need a man. We'll be your man, because that's what the government does. You don't need a father in the household. We'll pay for your food. We'll pay for your clothes. We'll pay for where you live. Hell, we'll help you get a car if you need one.
Yeah, because we're gonna put him in jail and make money off of him that way.
Exactly.
These
right?
are all the good.
But is that a Republican thing or is that a governmental thing?
I'm not talking about politics right now.
Yeah,
we're talking about the fact that there are victims of the government. And
correct.
Y'all want to run the country like a business when we still got to look out for the little guy, because it's still y'all fault and y'all are still doing things to keep us down.
Okay. So them changing up the taxes, right, to benefit some corporations and so forth. That's that, right? Them doing things intentionally to oppress black people is what I'm saying. It's not really being done like that by the Republicans as people try to make it seem.
I'm not trying to.
They don't do any less harm to blacks than the Democrats do with blacks.
I don't know about
and the Democrats. I feel like they use us.
I'm gonna learn a lot of that through you. All I'm saying is, what he was saying is that your privilege showed during that moment. It was I'm not saying it triggered me, but I can see why he felt the way he felt based on how you feel about that. Which
and that's basically how the conversation got progressed to that moment. I wasn't necessarily saying that, because you said that I gave off the impression that you wouldn't do. Basically, you don't want to see other black folks make it, kind of.
Yeah, why would I? Why would I not want to see other black folks make it?
And I'm not saying that as far as a everyday thing, because you actually have a business that puts black folks in position, so to speak. But I also am saying it just in the certain talking points that you were echoing were saying overall that this is kind of like they are not going to win. Like, you know, there's certain folks that's not going to win, and there's certain folks, like, basically the people are making a decision on their own to fail, but they actually are being encouraged, and it's just deeper than, you know, than we know it is. Yeah, you know that shit ain't really fixed.
If you know your enemy, bro, why don't you fight? That's my whole point.
And that right there is where you can't say, because some people are still so oppressed that they can't even think like that. You feel me? You had to rise to a certain level of understanding your worth to even think like that, to where we got a lot of brothers out here that don't even understand their worth because they don't have no examples around.
Okay.
But I digress to say the fact of, you asked why don't I fight? I feel like that's exactly what we're doing right now. I feel like even by the daily fight that we have with just keeping our young black men
from killing each other,
to being disciplined enough to at least follow rules of head count in the studio, type shit.
Yeah.
To whatever there is that we can do to actual, like, build back the fight. Some of the conversation as far as to not glorify and to not be stuck in the victimhood mentality is a necessary conversation. It's just when it's directed and when it's brought up to defend the idols of, you know, that, because it's only really brought up when you kind of like, well, not you, but when Republicans have to defend whoever's running. They're going to kind of talk about, you know, what the problems that the Democrats did to the black community, and they're going to bring up kind of old policies that were made, you know, when both sides kind of really came up with policies, or because you could still kind of count the policies. They don't count the policies that were never even put in place because Republicans are the ones that vote them down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only really get a chance to count the things that kind of either didn't get changed or got put in place. Like right now, the biggest thing that got put in place was Roe v. Wade. You know what I'm saying? As far as that was implemented after Trump. There was other things that really kind of happened, but it just kind of get blurred, man, when we go to talking, you know what I'm saying, racist and the classism, because the classism is a racist conversation because the majority of the people in the lower class are people that come from our culture. And we have to still be aware of that, and we still have to recognize that we fighting by just spreading the information and by the influence that we have, and being, respectful and responsible with that, with spreading that information and kind of, so some of the stuff I just kind of get triggered with, man.
I don't know. I feel like Democrats pander to black people, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like some of the shit's fucked up. Like, it's like the lion goddamn about to eat you, but he gonna feed you a little grass first.
And that's somebody,
a little bit of this
and
first.
that's somebody.
I'd rather the lion tell me, you know what? I'd like to eat you, but I see you got a couple forks and shit over there and some knives and a gun or two. I don't think I want to try you that hard. Maybe we could work this shit out a little bit and both eat a little bit. Let's go attack another country or something. And that shit is kind of the way I look at Republicans. You know what I'm saying? In that fact, like the Democrats, I look like they trying to feed me the poison, like slowly, from the media and everything. Like all the shit that you're talking about with the media and all of that shit, the government controls the media, yeah, and then they both be passing the shit that gets put on media, bro. It's like I'm not gonna be. Yeah, I'm not just gonna be like, ooh, the Democrats got my back. I can't. The Republicans don't.
I know that. Care about that. I try not to even get
the enemy you know versus the enemy you don't. That's my thing.
I try to keep it on the economic conversation.
Economically, as an entrepreneur, a young black entrepreneur, I did very well under Republican rule. I'll say that. So how it affected me personally, that was fucking great.
That's where we get to the real. That's the differences.
And it wasn't no PPP check that made it so great, or no goddamn stimulus check that made it so great.
Maybe
it made it possible.
I think maybe it was. I think
what?
I think that there are certain parts in the timing and the places that the knowledge that you was able to gather by being in Atlanta at the time, that kind of made your experience a lot different from other folks' experience.
I know a lot of people that made a lot of money and just blew it, bro. They just fucking
for whatever reason. There was a lot of reasons for folks.
Systematic racism. Okay, I could give it to them, bro. I give it to them. I want my black people to be better, though, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I want them to be better. I want them to be educated. I want them to learn. I want them to realize that Google is at your. All these niggas got iPhones. I can't, bro. I can't, Johnny. They all got fucking iPhones in their hand. The same tool I got. That when I see something, I'm like, ooh, what's that?
The only difference is,
and y'all don't want to look.
You had an example.
Yeah.
What, for technology? No, the fuck I didn't.
You had an example of somebody who strapped up their own bootstraps.
Okay.
But I also got to say one thing that I did learn.
Too.
This is what I did learn today, though.
I feel that.
I'm going to speak on today in this conversation, right? I learned that both of y'all are frat men.
Mm-hmm.
I've always kind of been on the outside of that, but I do understand frat men, military structured families.
That's true.
Did you have any military?
Yeah, both grandfathers. Yep.
Absolutely. So I can understand the difference in the
you got real systematic racism in your motherfucking blood. They done became patriots of this motherfucking country.
Yeah, all of that. I don't disagree with that.
But it's interesting.
Again, you live here, bro. You live here.
It's interesting.
You just gonna let them bomb you? Fuck your family, right? Fuck the kids and the wife. You know what I'm saying? You gonna let them bomb you? No, you gonna pick up a gun and you're gonna fucking shoot back.
But even to be a frat man, like,
or move, you could always move.
Like,
niggas can move. We can move. Give me a check and send me back to Africa. Right?
I'm still there.
Fuck that. No.
Yeah,
fuck they check. Fuck they check, bro. I'm staying right here. I want a piece of this shit. This shit nice over here. I want a little piece of this.
You don't think if all the black people go to Ghana, we'll be even nicer?
The people in Ghana are gonna have a problem with it.
That's all right.
They can't handle that many fucking people.
Oh man, see,
I'm just saying that's the truth. That's the truth. Landmass wise, economic wise, they can't handle it.
You just let
they can't handle the people,
let an American in your brain.
No, am I lying? Okay, logically.
That's just an American
Ghana,
thing, bro.
Bro, Ghana.
I'm saying if
all
we
the
all
black
went over
people
there
from
with our
America,
knowledge and start making shit happen,
what is the population of Ghana, bro?
we might have to start down. It's more land over there. They ain't got the whole shit.
They ain't got it all. They ain't got it all shitted out.
Ain't all. We still building motherfucking skyscrapers in Atlanta. We got room in Ghana.
It's some room.
So
can the economy hold it though?
We can figure it out.
Can it, bro?
We come over there.
It's small cities in America.
Okay,
we not can't handle an influx of people over. The fucking people in Nevada.
It ain't matter about where we. It's not a matter about where we start. It ain't a matter about where we start. We talking about going there, taking your talents.
Okay.
Going over there.
Okay.
Creating an ecosystem.
Okay.
You making money off music right over there.
Okay. And how do you feel about the Ghanaians that were already over there making music, and now I done came
making more?
I done came and took a part of their market share because I'm not just gonna make. I'm
a lot of Americans coming out of there.
It's a lot of what?
A lot of Americans
coming out of what?
We coming over.
Coming over Ghana.
So all the people you market to here, all them motherfucking niggas is gonna be right there with you. They got a bigger market as well.
All I know is that when people start migrating across borders in all countries, the same shit happens. When the people in San Francisco started moving into Mexico, the Mexicans fucking complained. This is facts.
We just talking about.
I'm just saying this is.
We don't got to be in
human
America.
Nature.
America's lit because we here.
Okay. I agree with that. Human nature though is what I'm speaking on. When you put two men in the fucking jungle and they got to survive, they become humans. The politics and all that shit goes the fuck away.
Well, that's what it is
fucking
here.
Humans. In my opinion, everybody's human. Just depends on what situation and place that they're put in.
So you saying that if we all move back, it's gonna be the same thing,
bro? It depends on how it's done. You started stating something that was sustainable, like okay, a couple of us here, a couple of us there. Over time, expanding the land, we're gonna probably have to push a border or two, which is why they be having fights over territory. You have to push a border or two to accommodate enough people because you don't want you took
it too literal.
I'm saying I take everything literal. See what I'm saying? To an extent. You feel me?
Yeah, man. That's what I've been trying to say, man.
But I look at it scientific. I have a scientific breakdown on how I look at the world. How does the world work? As is. How does it work? There's racism, there's hate speech, there's love, there's kindness. There's all these things in the world that makes the world
literal doesn't represent real time as well as the numbers and as well as Google, as well as any algorithm to output. If you know, and I'm just gonna let that.
Okay, we ain't never gonna be great then as black people. Fuck, we always gonna be oppressed. There's no hope.
Feel me on that.
The white people are always gonna keep their thumb on us, and we're never gonna come up and overcome. Is that what you're saying?
No, we gonna migrate.
Oh,
we gonna migrate back.
So
to
we gotta run.
I ain't saying
you saying,
that.
oh, you white folks, y'all got it. Y'all got it. We don't even want y'all shit. We just gonna go back to Africa. Well. That's what we doing?
That's what they did. It just takes years to get your shit together. It's gonna take some generations to get back to prominence and having kings and having riches. They came and broke
so
that
everybody.
shit up.
Okay, now here's everybody was a king, bro.
Everybody wasn't a king, but we have more knowledge now. You know what I'm saying? We're educated, so we can take that and make another place fruitful.
I don't want to be in a spot where I feel like I'm targeted.
Okay. You're American. You're targeted everywhere. That's reality.
I feel like that's why
you go to Europe, you're targeted.
That's why people move to Atlanta.
Yeah, to be around black people. I like it here.
Because they get tired of being around places.
Fucking like it here.
That was a good point.
I like it here.
So we're going to have a huge ass Atlanta over in Africa.
Or we could just take Atlanta. Why we can't just have this shit? It's high ground. The land is actually pretty nice.
No,
that's why they've been fighting for it. So the land's actually pretty all right.
Atlanta already right. Atlanta already got some city like a motherfucker.
Some good soil. Some good soil out this motherfucker. It's good trees.
This man, sometimes I know.
I like Atlanta, man. I like this area. I fuck with Atlanta, man.
He want Trump to be
I be
friends.
worried about. I be worried about
Trump to be
the
friends.
political conversation.
You want to hang?
I don't want
He's
nobody
not
to
that
hang.
racist.
Please, God.
He's not.
Please don't let nobody hang. Please, no, none of that. None of that. I think he's new. He's New York guy. How racist can a New York guy be?
He's willing.
That's my thing, though.
He's willing to trigger you on the media.
Now, if Trump was from Mississippi,
and call you an animal.
If Trump, I'm more afraid of DeSantis being goddamn racist.
We're gonna get their power back, and we're gonna make them fully immune for killing old women.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If Governor DeSantis actually was a serious candidate, I would not vote for him. Just being 1,000, he comes off as, oh, that nigga might say the N-word from time to time for real. I don't think Trump even knows how to say it and make it sound racist enough.
All right.
You feel me? Could you imagine? Can you imagine Trump saying the N-word? Can you really imagine it?
Is strong, my brother.
He says it enough in everything else.
Your Trump
the shit he do,
calling us fucking animals and shit. He might.
Ooh, he called us animals.
Yes.
Ooh, I got to see that quote. That's pretty bad.
He called us some other shit too. That
he called black people animals.
Yes, bro.
When he talking about the riots,
mm-hmm.
He was talking about rioters. There was more white people
mad about George Floyd.
White people fucking up shit than black people. Where
he was talking about niggas mad at George Floyd.
Hey man,
hey look, I was in the streets of Atlanta. That last little riot, goddamn, it was more white people acting up than blacks.
Bruh,
it was instigating that shit. They made us look bad.
We
Joe
fell
Rogan.
for the trap. He the Joe Rogan of black podcast, man.
Huh?
More systematic racism. You speaking
that was pretty systematic. Yeah. But where it came from was. Look, but where that came from was I'm gonna leave them cracking streets alone, leave that shit alone. They want that little block. That's cool. You can have your block, bro. Everybody got a block. You can't come to goddamn my part of town and goddamn act the fool.
I ain't gonna call you Uncle
we be
Ruckus,
all right.
But you like the young nephew.
Uncle Ruckus' nephew? Oh shit.
You see, what these I would be very satisfied when we actually
go Tinks.
When we got 2 more months left.
Down the line.
Hey man, but I love black women. Uncle Ruckus don't like black women. I love black women. I love black women.
Yeah. You live in Atlanta. You can't hate white people.
I moved to Atlanta because I love black women too. That's another part of Atlanta I love.
You went to FAMU and you moved to Atlanta.
Thank you. I went to HBCU.
What the fuck?
I pledged. He's a
fucking whole Trump supporter.
I'm not a Trump supporter.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I like fighting. Look, people are people, bro. And people like
you don't support
people.
Trump,
bro. They demonize him a little bit extra.
Do you not support Trump?
No, that's hard to say.
You're gonna vote.
Am I really gonna have a MAGA hat on? No,
no, I didn't say
I don't
that.
have to vote. I don't have to vote for him to win this time. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gotta vote for him.
But you're gonna vote for him.
Don't do that, man. Don't walk back. Don't walk back because you say it all the time.
I might leave that box unchecked.
You say it all the time. You basically just said that whole thing
the
for
whole
a whole
show.
hour. For a whole hour. You ain't got to walk it back right now,
bro.
The whole show.
What did I tell?
You've been supporting Trump today.
What did I say about the stocks?
You showed major support.
Wait.
Don't try to walk it back now.
Time out. What did I say about the stocks?
clip this part up.
I like picking stocks that's gonna win, right? I had great confidence this motherfucker was going to fucking win, regardless. Has my confidence wavered in him winning? No. I know the motherfucker was going to win because the other fucking player wasn't good, bro. Wasn't a good race.
But the last race
him
that
versus
you
Hillary?
lost,
no, I knew that wasn't going to work out either. Fuck that. I knew he was going to win that shit.
But you voted for Hillary.
Who voted for Hillary?
No,
I did not fucking vote for Hillary. I voted for Trump. I told you that.
Okay, so you voted for Trump 2 times.
You
won one and you lost one.
Lost one, yep.
And so now you feel like you gonna get your. So you feel like you just betting on a winner.
Yeah, I literally betted on the presidency, like money, and betted money on the shit and won. And I lost with the Biden one. I did lose that one. I didn't see that one coming.
With
that's where I felt him on that shit.
With that blindfold,
with
that blindfold that you gonna wear.
Dirty.
You can't let me
I'm just saying he might have got dead dirty. Nigga, presidential elections get stolen from people, bro. I'm not saying that one was. I think Biden might have won fair and square, bro. Being honest, he might have won.
Because I do remember he wasn't trying to leave and shit.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to leave. He really didn't want to leave because he felt like he won. And I'm just like, popular vote and shit. Like, bro, you were kind of losing, bro.
Well, didn't he cheat and then got caught?
Did he cheat and get caught? I thought the only thing he got in trouble for was him moving the fucking files, and that was after he was president.
And then they was doing some crazy ass voting laws. They was trying everything.
I had people here in Atlanta that I talked to that worked at the fucking voting shit when they was doing the recounting, the girls. It was on TikTok and fucking Instagram and all this shit. Like, they actually are going live and shit like they wasn't supposed to do none of that. They going live from inside the voter shit. And just because they're like, man, this nigga Trump, da-da-da. You know how black people and women were talking like, this nigga's racist, this nigga's fucked up, this nigga, whatever I can do to make sure that this motherfucker ain't the next fucking president because I feel like he's the fucking Antichrist, I'm going to do it. Did some people actually fuck with votes here in Georgia? Yes. The shit fucking happened. But it happens every fucking election for whoever the fuck is supposed to happen for.
Hey.
They fuck with the votes every election, bro.
He got caught.
He got caught.
So how did we steal it? How did it get stolen if he got caught?
No, I'm saying he got caught because people actually was like, hey, you know, what you talking about? You talking about Trump? Trump got caught saying that the election was stolen. That's what people got on his ass about. They was like, he's a sore loser and blah, 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 blah. But he was just exposing the shit that actually happened. The shit that happened. Here's the thing. It happens every election. He okay, if you would call him a snitch, he was snitching. Okay, cool.
He just asked you earlier
to say on his colleagues.
Are
basically.
You a Trump supporter? That's all he asked you. And
no,
you didn't want to say
I'm not a Trump supporter.
You didn't want to say that.
I'm looking at the whole theater.
Or what you felt like it sounded like.
Nah.
But that's just a part of the troll.
Okay, we don't got to call him a Trump supporter.
That's a part of the troll.
You did.
A little bit much.
You did.
Yeah,
show your support.
Okay. All right. I don't like that, but I'll take it. I showed my
But
support.
that doesn't mean you're a Trump supporter.
It's a little different. I'm not a Trump lover. Does that make sense? Like,
not a Trump fanatic.
I'm not a Trump fanatic. I'm not a Trump lover. I'm not
you're
wearing
a Trump
like
supporter.
a
You're not a MAGA hat
shit.
guy, though.
I've never bought a MAGA hat in my life.
But we can call you a Trump supporter.
I ain't bought not one Trump shirt. I didn't donate to the campaign. You feel me? I didn't do none of that shit.
Yeah,
I voted for a winner. I don't like the fucking Broncos, but I voted on them to win. Okay. I don't like the Jaguars, but I voted on them to fucking get to the playoffs. No, to get to the playoffs.
All right, they're gonna kill me for that. All right, so man, all right, man. I know that the triggering conversation with you is the Trump conversation. I did not mean to dive into that. That so happens to be the conversation right now, because the question that he asked you, do we think that Kamala even have a chance?
Fuck no.
That shit changed into a whole new thing. So I'm just gonna accept that you say fuck no.
You think she got a chance?
I don't.
Oh my God. Okay, I was about to say, please God, don't do that.
I want to see it happen.
You want to see it happen with Kamala? I want to see if it was Michelle. By
maybe
all means,
Stacey Abrams.
But okay. So we'll move forward. We'll move forward past the talking points that you are thinking and the talking points that you may have to go past that. I'm just saying that was the question, so I can kind of just
I like Stacey.
Get that out the way.
I like Stacey. Don't worry about that.
Because unfortunately, we are in the real space right now. This is the conversation now. We got 2 months. So we need to start having this conversation because we need to start prepping ourselves to what's going to happen. I think too many people are asking who you going to vote for, and they should be asking what we going to do after the vote. Not that, and to be more serious,
people, bro.
And to be more serious with the I'm moving, like, basically just for that, just to be the, because that's what's gonna happen. That's gonna be like a thing that folks could say, "Oh, I'm leaving," and I'm leaving. But if we actually gonna have real conversations about it, it should come with real plans, real conversations, so we can know more information on what you was just speaking on earlier, saying that America is the best country in the world for black people. Yeah, I don't feel that is not the truth.
For African Americans, I clarified that also.
For African Americans.
Yeah.
But there's types of African Americans. If America is the best place in the world for niggas, then that's some place that I don't want to participate in. If it's the best place,
what's wrong with niggas?
If it's the best place in the world for,
you don't like niggas?
Free black Americans, then I might want to sign up for that. I'll go on.
Do I like nigga shit?
No, I said, do you like niggas?
Yeah.
Do you like niggas? Okay.
Yeah,
do I have fun in the culture, in the laughs, comedy of niggas? In
you just don't like the disenfranchised niggas who act like niggas?
I don't like the mentality
I'm glad
of
we can
niggas.
call them disenfranchised finally.
I said they were disenfranchised though. I don't doubt that. I agreed with y'all when you said that black people were oppressed. What part of that part did y'all miss?
Hey,
I said that.
Just going back to it. Just reminding you the fact
I
that
said
he
that.
hit you though.
I said
originally,
Hey, he hit you though.
I said that.
He hit you. He parted.
Originally,
he parted on you.
You was talking like we didn't have nothing to complain about.
What right now?
Yeah.
Compared to 20 years ago? Or 30 years ago?
Right
or
now.
40 years ago?
Right
or
now.
50 years ago? Or 100
Yeah.
years
We are
ago? Or
slowly-
400 fucking years
we
ago?
are
Yes, bro.
slowly
We're in a
getting
better
better.
position, sir.
We are slowly getting in a better
We're all
position. You're
fucking
right.
we're all fucking entitled compared to our forefathers.
Listen.
Fuck you mean. You feel me? That's where I'm looking at it.
Listen,
know what I'm saying?
I agree with you that we are slowly creeping.
Forward. Ever moving forward.
They're giving us a little bit more to not get us to complain too much.
Okay, who? Who's giving? You just said
The
Republicans
powers to
ain't
be.
giving shit, right?
The powers to be.
The Republicans ain't doing shit for black people. So who's giving us a little
They
more?
all in cahoots.
Okay, there we go.
The rich
They,
people.
they,
Thank
they,
you.
they play the game very, very well.
It's
So shout out to
Rich
those that
versus
play the
fucking
game.
poor. It's
Yeah.
not Republican versus Democrat.
And
It's rich versus fucking poor. It's not white versus black for real.
I'll-
It's rich versus fucking poor. It happens in every country. Some countries, the poor get a little bit of power and they overtake the rich. Then they become the rich and they
But
oppress the
it's
next
a
line of
tactic
poor.
that you use. It's a
That's
tactic.
what happens.
It's a tactic that you use that is very, very good. And I feel like you know the tactic. And you don't give it, you don't not giving enough time from subject to subject just so you could kind of say a fact on, from a certain angle, bro. It's
I'm
just some
speaking
of the
on,
stuff.
bro. From the whole time I've said I'm speaking,
And
globally.
I try not
Did
to-
I not say globally multiple times? Yes or
Right.
no?
I'm trying not to, because we speaking on American issues
Okay,
and certain conversations on systematic
but you're
racism.
talking about leaving America to go somewhere else that's better for black American men. So yes, we're not just talking about America anymore. We're talking about world at that point. So what I'm saying
but we
holds
can't
true
let the
about
systematic
the world,
oppression.
bro.
We can't let the systematic knowledge of the other countries sway us away from that I being an idea, that being even in the conversation is all I'm saying. There's an ideal or there's a outlook that we've had and we've been fed of Africa, of the countries of Africa, of the people of Africa, that till we start really having conversations and start talking about it more, because we already, the Afro beats is one thing, but the culture is bigger now than it's ever been, in my from my knowledge as far as African culture, and the possibilities.
I got firsthand experience, a lot of firsthand experience from Africans that have come here.
But you've been to Africa?
Straight from Africa.
Have you been to Africa?
And how they treat. Hold on, wait, time out. Let me finish my statement. I have firsthand experience of black people who are African, straight African, off the boat, that come over here, get in a position of power, and treat black people like shit. So you're sitting here telling me that we're going to go to their country and they're just going to open arms, welcome us with open arms, with our history, our traditions, how we do things. And they're just going to accept us with open fucking arms. Like everything's all cool and not feel at all pressured or threatened, even though they're coming from a different social background, different religious background in a lot of instances, timeline, points of privilege or detriment.
It's definitely
They're just going to be open arms, cool with everything. From what I understand about people traveling abroad, bro, we get targeted too. The passport bros go through it too. You feel me? It's not all peaches and keen everywhere else but America. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, okay, let's be real about some of this shit. Like most of the niggas who talk about I'm just going to move to Africa have never even had an African friend. They've never had an African fucking boss. They've never dated an African woman and seen what their family is about. You feel me? A lot of them are more conservative than what the fuck we do as black people that we enjoy. You feel me?
I'm on point with that.
All right, you might go over to get your arm chopped the fuck off because doing some regular nigga shit over in goddamn Ghana, they ain't having that shit,
man.
bro.
I'm just saying that conversation
we get back on task. Like
is one of the conversations. I'm saying that that needs to be.
I like Atlanta. I want Atlanta.
Bro,
give us Atlanta and keep some of this other shit.
As long as we here.
Y'all white people keep that shit over there. Keep New York. White people, y'all have New York. I want Atlanta and Miami. That's what I want. If we can have Atlanta and Miami, well, we have to fight with the Latins about Miami, but we got to fight with the Latins a little bit to get Miami. But Atlanta,
all right,
not
man,
Houston,
I got
but
you, man.
some nice part of Texas. I think Texas would be nice. They should give us some Texas.
Oh man,
they should give us some. What's some other places? What places would you like to have as a black man that would get ownership of the proper ownership of land that we were supposed to get?
Where they would give me my land?
Yeah, where would you get your 40 acres at? Because that's what we want. That's what we asking for. 40 acres in our mule. We don't even want no fucking mule no more. But I'll take the 40 acres. Now, where would you want them at? And there's not enough 40 acres to go around for all the black people in America, by the way. But
South Carolina.
Okay, I like the Carolinas. We could keep them. They on the coast. We need some coast.
We need some beach.
We need some beach. We need some coast.
We need somewhere where we can farm our own
I think
shit.
we should have all of Louisiana. That's some fertile land down there too.
We gotta think where we can farm. Indiana is a great farming place.
Ooh, yep.
And we get all 4 seasons.
Ooh, okay, I fuck with that. So I think they should give us Indiana. Huh?
You fuck with the snow?
I don't like the snow as much. It's cool sometimes.
You just want the sun to beat down on you.
I don't mind the sun. I like the sun. Sun's pretty cool.
The weather here actually sucks.
I come from a long line of field niggas, so we don't mind the sun. We like the sun.
Boy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all.
I can't lean into it now for comedy.
Nah,
damn.
I'm sorry, y'all.
You're not even playing.
So
I'm sorry. You're not even playing. That's the funny part.
He said, "I'm not even playing." Hey, look, man, look at me.
Hey,
do I not look like
I'm sorry,
I can
y'all.
lift some shit? You feel me?
Hey. Because the same conversation we were just talking about being sensitive on YouTube.
Family is raised.
Oh damn, yeah, that shit. Hey, but it's for the content. Fuck it, it's good shit, man.
They gonna get you you go for YouTube content for real.
You go gold off this Trump shit.
Yeah, you go,
man.
They're like, oh, what? We got one of us over there.
Oh shit,
they gonna
get some money and they help the black people.
All I gotta do is put in the content.
I might get some money and help black people. That's horrible.
Yeah,
look at
so I'm with you.
See, you can't have no brothers on the other side of the aisle.
Start making some. Start only producing conscious music. You want to help?
I could do that.
You want to? You would go.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
if it makes money.
It don't got to be about money every time.
It does. In the music business, yeah, the fuck it does. It's called music business for a reason. If it's making some money, I'm with it. I'm not saying that I gotta as black people, bro. If I engineer a lot of different types of music, bro. I got girls making gospel music. I got people making country music. People making rock music. It's not all niggatry, bro. That go down, especially for me.
Shit.
You feel me? It's not for me. Not from me, not from what I'm trying to help. I'm trying to advance black people. He knows this for sure. I'm not just only. In fact, I don't even like recording the bullshit that be coming out of these niggas' mouths sometimes. I stay away from it.
You just like to talk about it.
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
But it's certain things. That's that Charleston White shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that Charleston White shit.
Yeah, he thinks he's a horrible guy too.
You like Charleston White?
I like Charleston White. I don't like Rat Williams. If you don't understand that reference, that means you ain't never like really watch a full Charleston White interview. Okay. That happens a lot. People don't actually take in everything about a person and they kind of draw a conclusion. Not a problem. That's a normal human thing. But
he's a comedian.
He is a comedian, number one. That's like he's literally a paid comedian at this point, for sure. Like he's done comedy tours, literally, with comedians, known comedians that we like.
You know different than the dude that say trash. You know what I'm saying? He started his thing off as being the big snitch or all the skits about being snitch.
Do you know anything about before he became Instagram famous?
Yeah, wasn't he a gangster?
No.
Who?
Charleston White? No.
Yeah, I thought he used to be a street nigga.
No. What? He used to be a community activist. He knew senators. He played golf with senators and shit and fought for black rights, for black kids in black communities, for black everything. and he wasn't getting any type of the reach that.
I thought he went to prison and all that.
No, he went to prison when he was a kid, when he was like 15, 16, for killing a nigga. Or being there while the nigga, they killed him or something. He told a story about it, but that's what he went to jail for. He wasn't. See what I'm saying? Misconceptions that we have. That's racist.
It's racist.
That's some racist shit.
You know the Charleston white background.
Why is that racist? That I know his background.
Because that's what the powers to be put in front of you.
What powers it be put in front of me? What the media put it in front of me? Yeah. Why you don't think that I actually researched it?
That's intentional.
No, the media pushes all of his bullshit. All his shit that gets the most likes isn't when he spoke at the Senate. That only got 30,000 views. I know this for a fact. On YouTube, if you go look at his speech that he did for Congress in his area in Houston, 30,000 fucking views. That's it. I watched it though. No, he's never seen that shit. He didn't even know that shit existed, what I just said. I've watched it though, right? Neither. But you know what got a couple million views? Him saying some shit about fuck Offset. Nigga shit. Nigga shit got him all the views. Who's pushing the bullshit?
Media.
Exactly. But he, as a person, knew that. He talks about it all the time. He knows how much bullshit's out there. He's like, okay, cool. However I get the eyes to what I'm doing, I'm going to just do that. I'll be the retard. I'll be the court jester to get the views and the eyes. And then once I have the ears of the people, I'll tell them the message that I was trying to tell them before. But we get so caught up in the bullshit that we're fed that we think that this black man is really just a coon out here trying to disrupt and fuck up our people.
He doing that too.
That's crazy.
He do that too.
Yeah, he want clout so bad.
For what reason? He stated his reasons before he became fucking famous and then did it and then still stated the same
for whatever
reasons.
reason, no, I ain't saying
it. It don't get clicks, bro. It don't get views. And that's why he don't talk about it.
I'm not saying it from a level of me saying that.
Politicians.
Just lame.
Politicians. Lame as fuck. All of them. Politicians.
No, it's just one of them things.
What's the difference?
One of those new ways that the economy.
No, what's the difference between a politician and what he does?
This is anti-black.
Okay, aren't politicians? Didn't you just call Trump racist?
Not all
you can't have it both ways.
Not all politicians have to be anti-black.
Okay.
But just
not all comedians have to be anti-black.
Right.
Not all black activists have to be anti-black. That's just blowing me that you're calling a black activist anti-black. It's crazy.
Because
he's probably done more for the black community than all three of us in this room at some point. I'm not trying to diminish.
But he profits.
I'm not trying to diminish me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've done good charity work and good fucking work in the community and work with people.
Going hard like
that motherfucker went fucking hard, bro. Really just take your time when you get a chance on your own to look up Charleston White himself as a person. Fuck all the bullshit that be online that he puts out.
He profit
all the trolling that he does.
He does profit off of his purpose. He know what he doing. He profit off of anti-black rhetoric because he know that we get triggered, and that's what Trump does, and that's kind of what I don't even want to bring this back to a Trump conversation. I'm just saying that was what I called out with the Charleston White. When I said that's Charleston White shit, I ain't really trying to make it into be judge what he's doing or who he is as a person for real. I'm just saying that you sometimes pull off the anti-black rhetoric like Charleston White and shit. Sometimes it's in content world.
He's anti-nigga, and he states that he's not anti-black. A little different. And I thought that's what we all agreed, that we were against the niggatry of the bullshit that we do.
It's a difference being anti-nigga.
Intelligent things that we try to do. Even though we are disenfranchised, I'm going to repeat for the class because I've been schooled. We're disenfranchised, right? And we're coming from a place that isn't as of privilege. But now, us as black men can own businesses, have nice haircuts, get manicures if we like, and do things that we couldn't do 20 and 30 years ago. I think that's progress. We're not done, but it's progress.
He make moves, but he also traffics in anti-black culture by certain little things that he does. Like
saying, I want all niggas that shoot guns and shit and kill babies to go to jail, which is what he said.
No, I mean,
literally verbatim.
There's other things that Charleston White is known to do that be kind of clout chasing and fucked up. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Okay.
I laugh at a lot of the stuff he say too. I'm not saying like I'm totally against him.
NBA YoungBoy, Charleston White. Who's worse for the black community?
They both are a part
Equally.
of the anti-black.
Equally.
They are.
Equally.
They both are a
Okay.
part of it.
That's what I mean.
That's the same
That's crazy to
traffic.
me.
It's the same trafficking of the same culture of what is peddled. What we're saying is peddled forward more than the usual. But again, that's all I'm saying. I'm recognizing that we can make some money off that shit if you do it a certain way. And I guess at the end of the day, if you're making some money and then you come back and do some real shit, because he basically trying to take advantage of shit so he can get his family in position, then that part of Charleston White, I don't care. But the part that he kind of go out his way and talk shit about Trayvon Martin or about certain things, about certain black women, or, you know, whatever it is, that be kind of the part that be kind of lame. Or, you know, and so we'll move on from
It's
that
distasteful and shock content. That was the
shocking
intention.
content. It's
He
what I was
said
bringing
that was his
around.
intention and he did it. He ain't lie.
And sometimes that's what's hot this year. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was Drake, Kendrick, whether it was what Cat Williams did at the beginning of the year, that Trumpism is coming back. And I think that motherfuckers just got bored, man. And motherfuckers just wanted to have some shit to talk about now. And that's why that shit is hot. And that's why I think people are getting motivated to speak out and be like, oh, make America great again. From Sexy Reds to Amber Rose and everybody. I think that's what I'm literally seeing happen in front of my eyes. But the part that I'm actually feeling confident with is that now a new scope is finna arise where we can kind of see what the fuck. Pretty soon we gonna see faster than usual what the outcome is gonna be. Like, it's like, okay, too late. We gonna fuck up and ruin the country with the Supreme Court. Maybe not. But we gonna see how fast them folks put into action the shit that they want to put into action. It ain't really gonna be nothing that's gonna
it was so fast last time he was president.
It was.
Oh, okay.
It was fast. And it's gonna be even faster this time. That's all I'm saying. And for folks to be like,
hope he cut a couple more checks.
See, now we talking. Let's think optimistic
he was being
about
funny.
this
You know what he was
Let's
doing.
hope he cuts some more checks. Let's hope he helps advance some black people and does some good
Nah,
for the
we
black
don't need
community. I hope. Now we don't want the white people help. Now first is we want the white people to give a shit. Now we don't want the white people to give a shit. What you want? I'm demanding shit from white people. What you doing? You asking?
No, we doing what we did.
Are you asking or you telling? That's where I'm at. You asking or you telling?
I'm starting the conversation on what next, basically.
We keep learning, we keep growing, we keep fighting. That's what's next.
Just make some money.
You're gonna have to maneuver in the system. The best
They
way.
made the system. That don't mean they made basketball. We play it better. Fuck you mean?
I ain't gonna lie. Again, I say this a lot. My intentions on even getting good at content and being in control of the content that I make is because I would like to be able to travel and go anywhere and be able to still have my business move with me. And I'm not as well traveled as far as outside of country and seeing the cultures. I've only read and researched very seldom about those cultures, but that's what the conversation that I'm on, like that part of the conversation, because I feel like I've been fed bad information, and I would like to get the information on my own as far as other places being a lucrative situation for a Black American. So I want to actually go to other
I
places.
got some people.
Hardworking Black American like you or me, which you said we're entitled Americans. Yes, we'll do great in other countries, Dame. I don't disagree with you on that. But you're talking about protecting the average Black American, but you're telling them to move overseas without any of the skills that us entitled Black Americans have and think they're going to survive better?
I think that
without welfare, without all the things that supposedly we're owed here, without any of the governmental protections that we got.
It's not gonna start good, but eventually we'll get
Why won't
back
it start good?
Because like you just said, we're going over with a lot of people with no skills.
Uh-huh.
If we all went, we'd be all right.
If we all went, yes. If we
Let all
went,
our black men out.
Yeah.
Let everybody black come out.
Yeah.
We all leave. We go over there. We'll be all right. It's enough thought leaders that we can organize ourselves. I think it's a lot of
spoiled. I think it's a lot of spoiled human beings here in America, bro.
Yeah, we are.
As a country, bro. We've had.
I love that
we've
part.
had running water and electricity for a long fucking time, bro.
And then we're gonna go back and we're gonna rebuild. It's gonna be bad. We'll kill each other, and then it's gonna get better.
I think. Okay. That's all I want. That's all I be wanting. This bro. This shit ain't just all fucking roses, bro. It's gonna take some fucking work, bro. It's not no cupcakes and roses, bro. We can't just the way he say it, bro. It's like, oh, we just all up and move. It's gonna be fucking great. Everybody loves us better than America. America hates us. The world loves us. We just need to go to Ghana. Fuck. Come on, man. We got to be real about certain shit, man. They'll rob you in Ghana like you get robbed here. You'll get taken advantage of by a capitalistic person in Ghana, just like you get taken advantage of by a capitalistic person here. The corner store clerk in Ghana is going to charge you an extra 50 cents if he knows you don't know better, the same way they would here.
I appreciate that, bro.
That's world shit.
I appreciate your pushback. I've just said that the conversation is probably one of the things we got to start getting ready for what our conversation gonna be. We only got like 1 or 2 more months to kind of figure this shit out.
To what? Talking about what?
What the conversation gonna be?
What the conversation?
How can we fuck up his presidency?
No. That's no longer the conversation.
All right, vet.
This is what I've been trying to kind of speak about, but I think we kind of I get triggered too fast before I could get to that. And the only reason that I talked about other countries or even defended that point is we need to start talking about post-election, bro. Like on podcasts, on our content, I'm gonna be bringing this shit up damn near from here on out because it's gonna go 1 or 2 ways. I don't feel like it's gonna be that drastic of a change, but it's a part of me that feels like I don't know what's coming. It's a part of me that feels like with as much bullshit that I've seen that I thought they'll never be done, like I never think that the 32 felonies or whatever they did, even if it's, I ain't never think that people would still kind of be so convinced or so behind a person like this. Like it's starting to look like that, like for real. After all
point at this point to fucking worry about it. We just gotta vote. I want to see Kamala win just because it's gonna be some historic shit. Win for the black people. More eyes on a black person doing well. I'm gonna vote for that.
Does the presidency really matter? How do you feel about that?
I just feel like it's gonna be a first, and that's something we can't.
No, I'm saying
need to start having the conversation.
Power. Do you feel like the president really holds a lot of power for real, or do you think?
No, I mean, like you said earlier,
puppet leader.
Yeah, of course, puppet.
Okay, all right.
Of course, yeah.
If that's the case, then I can see Kamala winning and it being a good thing.
Yeah.
If they actually have power, like they want us to believe that the president has so much power to be racist and so much power to be oppressive to black people,
we know the real
all this power that they have. Then I don't want to see Kamala president.
The real power is the billionaire corporations that can pay for lobbying.
Capitalism.
We'll fund your campaign so the entire world sees your face if you make sure that I can post this shit to niggas all day.
Yeah, tax discounts and shit like that.
So we're gonna see, man. I think we already kind of on the end game now. It's the end game.
And you need my boy Johnny to help you get rich so you can fight oppression.
Hey, follow me, Johnny Your Accountant on IG. Follow the BuckHead networking group as well.
Come and network with black people.
Join our Discord. Hey, we got an event Friday, but you working, ain't you?
True. What time?
Starts at 9. Right when you gotta work.
What time is it over?
Same time as the club's over.
Damn, too. Damn it, Johnny. I got the pleasure of DJing one of the other ones. That was freaking great.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Goddamn.
I ain't even been
We
out,
gonna
so
run it back.
I actually just
It's
started
gonna
caught
be
up.
better. We ain't gonna have to.
My brain just did a
all the nudity
whole.
this time.
Okay.
Damn,
People
my
didn't
brain just did an
appreciate
Okay.
upload.
Boy, heard that. You heard it, huh? He said, I heard it. I heard it. I'm gonna go ahead and swing again, and I'm gonna listen to the people. See, that's progression, sir.
Of course.
That's fucking. You're gonna win, big,
We're gonna move it to a nicer
big,
location.
brother. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna win, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You're gonna fucking win.
But no, I need to
listens.
get into the Discord. I hope y'all picked that up for today's episode. I think we need to maybe we ain't even that popular.
Follow your
yet.
favorite villain on Discord.
We ain't that popular yet.
Deceptacon. Is that
But
how
I
that
think
works? don't
if
know
I
that's
get
how it
involved,
works.
You gotta just come on here.
I think
don't
if I
know.
get
I'm
involved
still learning it.
in the Connect Atlanta Discord group, outside of just trying to pick up some ass.
Yeah, people
because-
be on here trying to pick up ass.
Yeah.
Oh, we got somebody this old? No, okay, never mind.
I think we're gonna be able to pick up some things.
People on
So y'all check that out, man. Connect the Atlanta Discord. Y'all check out
You know
Johnny, your accountant, and check out the BuckHead network group. Is that what it
We
is?
the best.
BuckHead Networking Group.
Oh, networking. Excuse me. BuckHead networking
Shout out to
group,
the gang.
and we go. I hope to get a little more tapped in, so I have more of a system. I can ask you about your actual system, how you built your system, and ask you more questions as opposed to that, and I wouldn't be so triggered
Easy.
because I ain't gonna lie. This is kind of was a triggering month.
It would have been a
This the
boring ass
disclaimer.
podcast if I
This
wasn't
the disclaimer.
on a opposing
Cause
view.
nah, I'm gonna clip your ass up pretty good, like cause
You
like
can.
I'm gonna let
can
you
clip, You
live.
can clip all you
I'm
want
gonna let
to.
you live.
And clip this at the end too. The government don't care about black people in general.
Yeah.
Both sides don't care about black people in general.
People-
They say
That's why I
Ronald
let you know.
Reagan.
So that's fine. So look, all them clips that I got,
Ronald Reagan
I'm gonna
was the
clip
devil.
your ass up this time, buddy, because I caught you in a bunch of shit,
Yeah.
sir.
Ronald
So,
Reagan was the
it's cool.
devil.
Look at all these people introducing
And the
themselves.
government,
But that's
did,
all
the
I was
government
just
did
doing.
lie about 9/11.
That's all I was doing, bro. I was just giving my disclaimer to say that I was a little triggered because of the dropout of Joe Biden.
Mm.
I was a little triggered.
What?
Should have been
How
relieved.
that make you?
Fucking
So that-
relieved.
How that make you feel, bro?
Jesus
So
Christ.
that led me to want to have a conversation that was kind of related that way.
It hurt his feelings.
It made me feel like the election was lost.
Mm.
After
Stolen even?
yeah. It made me feel like I feel like I'm gonna be
Boy, these some hell of actors,
Well,
boy. They fake
January
assassination attempt some kind of way. They get Biden sick. This is all the Republicans' fault, by the way, according to him.
he just fucking
They
with
get-
me. Nah,
they
don't
get
do it.
Biden
I'm gonna let
sick.
you do it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't even
the
engage.
Republicans made
Wait a
Biden
minute.
I'm gonna
sick,
let you do it.
and they made him quit
Wait,
the
we got white people on
campaign.
here.
I'm gonna let
Ask him about Trump.
Like,
Not him. His name was Carlos.
Yeah.
Don't ask him about Trump.
All
He
that
gonna be
is
like,
true.
fuck Trump.
all that is true. I'm gonna just go out and say all that is true, and I appreciate y'all, man. Again,
Hey, I don't blame him, bro. Hey, you can't talk bad about my people, bro. I'm not getting mad. I miss the black. Bro, you got to send me some more of the clips, bro. I can't be that much of a coon, bro. I can't be that much of a coon.
All right,
If it's
man.
some real clips about him really saying some fuck nigga shit, bro, I don't really
all right,
like that
man.
shit.
Okay, man.
Hold on.
I ain't gonna
Trump.
like it. Yeah, if you send me the right couple clips, he be sending me certain clips that been fucked with. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that because it's a sneaky media move, and they both sides do that shit. So it's like I can find a bunch of clips about bad shit about Biden if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Both sides got that shit. So when he sends me that shit, I'm like, oh, that's a sheep post that you just sent me.
Man, you got
send
me,
me
man.
the Wolfe shit. Send me where he said like some
got
real
it this
underhanded fucked up shit to niggas. So that way I can go ahead and be like, okay, I agree with you. That's some fucked up shit he said
Hey,
about
let me
niggas.
go. Let me just show the page.
But black
man.
jobs? Come on. You
I
can do
apologize
better.
again. I'm just throwing it out there. I apologize, but at the same time, I'm gonna make it do what it do. So we gonna stand on our we gonna stand on it, And that's all I'm gonna say.
I gotta fight him clip for clip though. I gotta actually fight him clip for clip because if I don't do clip for clip, then he's gonna do
when you said you wasn't a Trump
smash
supporter
campaign like how he's not gonna he's never gonna allow that to be in any of the clips. Me saying I'm not a Trump supporter, he's not gonna let that be in any unless he does it like this. He's gonna be like, I'm not a Trump supporter. Like when I said it, I'm not a Trump supporter, and he's gonna chop to like every fucking time I say anything positive about Trump and compile that shit together, and then be like,
look at the camera.
That's that media shit. Fake news.
Look at the camera and say that part again.
I think you on.
I'm not a Trump supporter. Go ahead and we're gonna end it with that. That's your sign off.
No. We didn't land on that. On that. You do have support for Trump. You're not a Trump fanatic.
I'm not opposed to Trump. Is that what you want me to say?
Just look at the camera and say
you support Trump.
No, I don't.
You don't support Trump.
Say, I'm not a Trump supporter.
You don't think he's a great president?
No, I don't think he's a great president. I never said that. I said I did say on this podcast Obama was a great president.
Right.
Did I not?
Okay.
Did I not?
Look into the camera and say, you don't want
Trump to win over Kamala.
Oh yeah, I want Trump to win over Kamala. So if that makes me a Trump supporter, go right ahead.
So go ahead and say I'm a Trump supporter.
I would rather have Trump be president than Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. Being honest, So whatever that makes me, that's fine.
All right, that's fine.
We won't call you you're not a Trump fanatic though.
Definitely not a Trump fanatic. Not as
you would never put on the MAGA hat
for the clout. For the clout, I might just do it. For the podcast, I might just do it. Just for the clicks and the views, I might just do it. I don't feel like I'm shaming my ancestors by wearing a MAGA hat. That just really don't do it for me.
All right, man.
Honest, but
your cotton picking grandfather, great grandfather,
who was freed by Republicans. I don't think he'd have an issue with it. Burn.
Make America great again. Make black people our slaves again.
Is that what they saying America was great? Was slavery?
Yeah.
Because they never said that.
Of course.
They never said that.
What do you think is insinuating?
Who insinuated it? The
That's
Democrats
what
insinuated
the insinuation is.
The Democrats insinuated that the Republicans said make America great again like slavery. They never said that.
No, that's what he says. He says let's treat them rough again. Let's that's all we get from our history because that's what our history was. He's talking from a white person's perspective. He's not even thinking about black people when he talks. He's a New York white man, bro. He's not a southern white New York,
man.
But he feels
his ancestors probably didn't even own slaves.
He feels comfortable.
Listen, bro.
Do we know that? Do we know if his ancestors owned slaves? Joe Biden's ancestors, I'd be willing to bet own some slaves. Being 1,000.
Listen, I wanted the out to be you saying you not a Trump supporter.
And then sat here for another 15 minutes.
For you.
After
do
that,
your job. I ain't doing your job for you. You clip up your trash. You clip up your trash how you want to do it.
You start supporting Trump immediately.
Yeah, nah.
That was your sign off.
I ain't doing his job for him.
Bro, that was your sign off. Nah. I tried to give you that. And I can't even give you that. So that's the clip.
I'm pro-black people. Fuck what they talk about. All the government lies.
All right. So
Jesus was black. Ronald Reagan was the devil. And the government lied about 9/11. Peace.
That's the one.
Peace.